there's a few walls in their paths. We have such fun things as only certain people can equip certain espers, so that they can have some fun with that. I believe equipable equipment and relics are fairly random as well.
Yep, everything's on random, so any items they could normally equip in the vanilla game, good chance they can't do it in this seed. This flag set is actually was going to provide a little bit of a challenge because we've disabled rods, we've disabled elemental shields, we've disabled super balls, disabled Ultima, and all these shops are only going to contain vanilla items just shuffled between shops. So they're going to have to rely on finding some good gear and having a good strategy because nothing will come easy at the beginning here.
Though they do have one big bonus in that everything in those shops will be free.
Fully expect to see people stocking up on everything they can get. Because why not?
Though, hopefully they won't be stocking up on things like shurikens and scrolls, because, while everybody has random unique abilities, we do have some abilities turned off, such as Throw and X-Magic, and Possess and Shock, I believe, are the other two.
Yep.
But there's definitely some things we could see, someone with Natural Jump could be interesting, a good set of Rages or Laws could be a game changer. I'm not sure I've seen anyone check what abilities the starting characters have.
Not yet. People are interested in getting going. Just seeing our first shops up there on Vampstar's screen, loading up on pretty much everything he sees.
And I'm not at all surprised to see people rushing chests, because that's pretty much the only chance they have of finding a good weapon.
Vampstar taking the oft-neglected clock check in Narsh there.
Mr. Entity really stocking up, buying enough equipment for 5 or 6 full parties.
Plenty of cotton robes to go around.
It must be winter, they just want to wear layers,
Should get himself a snow muffler.
So, gonna drop this in early while people are doing their treasure checks and things. As I mentioned in the pre-roll, this is the flag set for the first week of the Kefka Grand Prix, a new tournament in a league table style, much like Mario Kart, that will be starting on Monday. So you've still got a little bit of time if you want to jump in and get involved. It's all for fun, so feel free.
I believe sign-ups end tonight. Potentially tomorrow. I have to check that. But it's very soon, so if you're interested, hit up the Discord, get yourself signed up.
Sign-ups close at 9 PM Eastern tomorrow evening, so you have 26 hours to make up your mind.
And so, as mentioned, it's a Grand Prix format, much like Mario Kart. So, whereas the last Battle Royale we did, people would actually be booted out of the tournament every week. This one allows people to play every single week. So, even if you have to miss, or you just do really poorly one week, you're not out of it, you just don't get the points for that week, but there's a chance to get back in it.
Well, that's a very nice find for Vampa, but Lone Wolf check, he's got himself a Sabin, and that's a lot of checks. And did I just see a Thunder Shield? That could be a trip into Mog's Cave.
It's like Mildane is making his way there as well. While Mr. Entity has got himself a pug battle.
I know Minervas are good, but I'm not sure I'd put that much effort into them right now.
Not yet, but scaling super low. We're at a progression ×2, so enemies level whenever you find a new character or a new Esper, but looks like he's gonna change his mind on that one.
I think our vibes got through to him and he decided, actually, nah.
Maybe worth coming back to, though. If you find a character with steel, you can get up to 4 Minervas, I think. I think you can steal a Minerva from each pug, and it has a potential to drop one.
Yeah, I believe it's the rare drop, so it's a 12.5% chance per
It's
puck.
very, very much not a good chance you'll get 4 or even 3 or even 2 and
Or
sometimes
even
even 1.
1. I never get
But
them. Sabin
I've
has
I've
lore?
gotten 3 once, but never hit the 4 myself.
I'm not sure how I feel about a Sabin with lore.
Yeah, his magic ability or his magic stats are not great. So if they find a plus magic Esper, might be worth using depending on the other Espers and spells that they get, because as mentioned, all the Esper equips are random this time. So even if you get a great Esper with great spells and great bonuses, there's a good chance you can't equip it. At least on the character you want to.
So, to run through a couple more of the shoutouts while people are picking up their treasures. Tonight's flag set, and as we've said, the flag set for the first week of the tournament, kindly donated by our very own creator and the reason we're all here tonight, Atmatech. So, if things go badly for the runners, blame him. And I believe, Boo, you had something you wanted to advertise as well.
Ah, yes. Tomorrow they're kicking off the charity event. It's a marathon by the RPG Valkyries called Ragnarok, where myself and a runner named Classy Badger will be doing a run for charity at 3 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. So we'd appreciate you guys coming out and watching, throwing a comment in, tell your friends, and that's it. Oh, and Ravlin Bay will be commentating, and perhaps Jack. We've got multiple people still checking around for loot. See, Vampstar is checking out Nikea. Find himself some middling items, but when you're relying on only chests with random equips, it's sometimes best to just stock up on whatever you can get, so you have something is better than nothing.
However, he has found your shop because there are the free Dragoon boots.
Oh, my favorite.
Less fun
However,
when nobody can equip them.
I was gonna say, however, certain people can equip them, and only certain people can equip lances, and it really takes the stars to align to build a quality Dragoon in these settings.
Yeah,
But if you can, totally worth it.
we had a practice race last night with Edgar who couldn't equip the Dragoon boots, and that's just a crime.
That's just wrong. I did a practice seed today where the only character I could line it up with the full Dragonhorn, Dragon Boots, Lance combo was Strago.
Ooh, tasty.
Yeah. But Rando's gonna Rando.
I've not seen any amazing treasures. I know we've had mention of them getting Flash and Chainsaw quite early. Chainsaw, of course, a bit of a mixed blessing, as I found out in the hard way today. Because if your character hates you, they're going to keep using the instant death attack, and that does not help against bosses. So in terms of checks that they have open, it's really not many until they've gotten Sabin, but with Sabin that opens 5 more checks.
5 checks, 1 free. Hopefully they'll be headed to Zen in World of Ruin to get some free treasure and a free check. Although they are going to have to be careful because the more free checks you do, the higher level the enemies get, and thus the harder they get. So
Yes.
you need to find a balance between doing free checks and doing fights. Personally, I like to do 1 free one and then fight one, even if I have another free one available, just to make sure I can keep my levels high.
Yep, I do the exact same. So to explain for people who maybe don't know, the progress modifier we have, the scaling modifier we have on tonight is progress times 2, which means for every character or Esper they find, or required dragon that they defeat, but there aren't any tonight, the enemy levels will rise by 2. Hence the mention of if they do free checks where they don't actually have to fight a boss and they pick up a character or an Esper, they're in trouble. Or potentially in trouble.
Another thing about this particular seed is since the shops are free, you can't sell anything. I mean, you can, I guess, but you're not going to get anything for it. So when you have a check such as the guy in the woods at Zend for your I was going to say free Esper, but your Esper that only costs you GP, good luck. Hope you find some GP in a box because you're not going to get any from from selling anything.
Indeed, you're looking at money from treasure chests or money from fighting random encounters.
From drops, yeah.
It also pretty conclusively rules out auction house a lot of the time. You're going to have a lot of luck or a lot of saves coming if you want to get Espers from there. But it looks like we have Vamp doing exactly that. He's heading into Tsen right now. Mr. MC has found himself a set of movers.
I thought you meant he was heading to the auction house. I was like, what? Terrible idea. But no, this is a good idea. Also in this particular seed, we have turned on the ability to run from any random encounter. So smoke bombs and warp stones are going to be your friend.
Is that 48,000 GP from the man in the World of Ruins then? That's not going to be happening anytime soon. No character.
Either an item or an Esper at the collapsing house.
An Excalibur, that's not terrible as a weapon.
Several several loot boxes in here. Chests, that's the word I was looking for. Still a great check to do early. Along with a couple monster in a boxes, if you dare.
Loot boxes. Can I get Funko Pops from those?
the box with the good stuff in it.
Bountiful treasure. Oh, Papita69, don't worry, I fully believe in the commentator's curse. We will ruin this run for our runners. Also, shoutouts to the amount of people in the race tonight. We have a very, very thick crowd of people playing, not just on stream, but even off stream. Lots of interest. Everybody wanting to get that last minute practice in for the tournament.
Seen a lot of new faces around the Discord too. A lot of people new people showing up for races and for async races, seeds of the week. It's good to see the community growing.
And we do like our new people. It's a very welcoming community. We don't break the new people, and we're not that mean.
Unless this is your first seed, then it's a little rough.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
As mentioned, this is kind of a challenging flag set, so it'll be interesting to see how our runners do. I'm expecting a wide range in finish times today, because you're going to need a lot of game knowledge to get through this one unscathed.
So Mildane has dived off the cliff at Barren Falls, and he's found himself a Guardian. So this brings us on to one of the new flags from last weekend's update, the ability to scale enemy abilities. Would you like to tell the fine people more about that?
Right, so in many situations you can run into a boss that has in-game level spells and abilities. So what this option does is can tune those down at the beginning of a seed to make, for example, if something usually casts Bolt 3, if you're level 7 going in early progression, then they'll probably end up with a Bolt. And it scales up to the Bolt 2 range, and then if you're anything that usually casts Bolt, like our friend the Gold Dragon, he can finally cast tier 3 spells now. So the element scaling scales with you.
It should also be noted that applies to non-elemental abilities as well. Last night I had the immense pleasure of facing Fumbaba, who would normally use Blowfish for 1000 damage, Yeah, he popped out an Ultima.
That was pretty fun.
There's some things you don't want to see.
There is also an option in the randomizer, which is not turned on for this seed, but there's a random scaling element. So it'll do the same thing, and the abilities will scale with your level. However, it not only applies to elemental and non-elemental damage, but to random abilities. So you'll see a dragon pop off some missiles or some other stuff that dragons normally don't do. It gets chaotic. My dog is super into it.
Interceptor wants to say hello. That didn't make me jump at all. So, we do also have another of the new flags active tonight. Ooh, hold on, that was 38,000 GP at World of Balanced, and that's just unpleasant. That's an expensive Esper.
Probably going to be a while before we see that one.
Yes.
If at all.
So as I was saying, another of the new flags that was added fairly recently. It was actually added a little before last week for testing, but it released last weekend. We have the random Espers function on. So, in the vanilla game, any character can equip any Esper. Nice and simple, right? Yeah, not anymore. Now the Espers each character can equip are randomized. Today there's a whole range, so, you know, it could be anything. Different people could equip the same Esper, obviously not at the same time. But there are options to make it so that each Esper is tied to one character, and that's when it gets interesting.
Interesting is a good word for it.
Interesting is a PG-13 word for it.
So we got Vampstar checking out the Imperial camp.
We've got Mildane having a bad time with his Guardian.
Still hammering away. Not out of it yet.
I wouldn't say this is super randomized. Like, there are worse settings that could be on.
So many worse settings.
Random unique equipment, for example.
Oof.
Shoutouts to that blessing from last week, yeah.
At least we now all know to keep an eye out and don't sell merit awards.
Indeed. So, Mr. Entity heading in to check out Esper Mountain, one of the realm checks. It's fairly quick. Hopefully there'll be a quick boss in there.
Looks like Lenifus found himself a pair of fixed dice. Not sure if everyone's found those yet, or just him, but those will come in handy if he's got anybody. They were in the South Figaro basement, so most likely everybody's got them a set. Although, as mentioned earlier, so Vampstar is fighting Io, which is kind of a tough battle, especially at early level, but run is set to 100%, so he could theoretically just bail out of this battle and get credit for it.
Well, Puppy69, you could come onto our Discord and we can set up a little async race and you can find out if you'd like. I would be more than happy to show you the bliss of an all-random race. Oof, looks like we have a dead check there at Esper Mountain. That was a red cap. That's not great.
But we have a Yeti at Imperial Camp. It's going to take a few more battles, but looks like he can actually equip that Ragnarok Esper, which seemed to have some decent stuff on it.
I don't understand this hatred for my seeds that I'm getting in chat right now. I rolled this one tonight.
Your seeds are the worst. I fully expect to be here for 4 hours. Ooh, and he's got himself an Intangier. Okay, I think he's looking for the smoke bomb. Oh, no. Nope. He's going for it.
He's not undead. I'm not sure what was going on with that Revivify.
I thought maybe he thought that would get him out of his invisible status, but he would do well to run from this fight as soon as possible.
Yeah,
and yes, the Intangier is your fault.
You don't want to make him visible because bad things happen. If I recall correctly.
And I think he's got one of the highest HP highest HPs in the game. Say that. So
Yes.
it's going to take a lot to kill.
It's a bit of a chonker. So, Lenofus now in Esper Mountain, going to find his red cap and be very disappointed. Mr. Entity in World of Ruin Nikea, probably still treasure hunting, I'm guessing.
I always love getting consumables from boxes when the shops are free.
Always helpful. I'm not sure Vamp knows that he can run from any of these fights, though.
No, I don't think he does. Hopefully he tries.
I hope so.
Probably going to end up being his last resort.
Although I did just see a flare coming out. Jack will be very happy. Mildane about to bump into the same levels of trouble and strife.
And Lenofus found himself an octopus that he is noping out of.
Of course, he doesn't know that the check's worthless, so he's actually kind of doing the right thing.
Yeah. Mildane checked the monster in a box and luckily, well, perhaps luckily, found himself a Gigantos, which doesn't give you anything, but does give you a buttload of XP. If you can make it through the throat jabs.
I believe it offers a fair amount of cash as well.
I think I think it's the highest XP to level ratio in the game.
Yes, meanwhile, Leno has found a fight that I would be running away from at the top right.
Ooh, that's a meteor waiting to happen. But I like the chutzpah.
It's definite bravery. Gigantus goes down, Mildane gets himself a nice big pile of experience, as mentioned. And Vamp's still soldiering on with this Intangia fight.
Ooh. See, the bad thing about this fight, potentially bad thing about this fight, is he gives you a chance to get back up and keep going. Normally a good thing, but in this case, just get out of it.
Yeah, in this case, you probably take the hint.
But, and the worst part about it is, if he makes it through this fight, there's a good chance he'll run into another one at the next fight. Looks like we got Mr. Entity checking out Owzer's mansion. And Mildane takes out a family of furry things.
As mentioned, the longer of the two realm checks, you'd have to fight a couple of fixed encounters first, but as mentioned, you can run away from those.
Yep, this is a future seed.
It's not that bad.
We've got two people fighting Intangers at about level 8 right now. What would you call it?
People not running away.
That's true. Gotta pay attention to the flags, people.
There have been much worse future seeds out there, like the async I have up at the minute. With lots and lots of nasty things turned up.
Vamp finally got it. So let's see. I don't see how he handles it. See if he'll just move on and come back later or try again.
That is more flares than I should ever see on my screen.
Flare is a good spell to have early to get you out of a jam, but you can't rely on it too much as it is one of the slowest casting spells in the game, and it will really, really eat up your time if you try to kill everything with Flare.
Plus, it's expensive and you don't have that much MP at this level.
However, you have access to all the tinctures you could want,
Very true.
making it even slower.
Yeah, but who wants to go fast anyway? It's not like this is a speedrun or anything.
Nah. So Vamp has decided to go check out the Phantom Forest. Is that what it's called?
It is indeed.
Ghost Train.
Choo choo.
Phantom Train.
Yep, he'll be
Some sort
hoping
of
that this check
spectral
gets him.
railroad.
He'll be hoping that this check gets him back on track.
No, I don't think so. Let's see what it's going to offer.
He found an Aegis Shield. I'm very surprised if he finishes this. I would be noping out of there right now.
And he can't even... Oh, he can. But, yeah, that's not an item worth going all the way through this check for, because you have no idea what waits at the end, and it's on the longer side of the checks, so I would be resetting immediately.
Very much.
Mr. Entity got himself a Bahamut Esper.
Ooh, that is
from
trash.
Ogre's Man.
Bahamut with safe. That is not okay.
Did it
Very-
have... Was it an... It does have HP plus 30%, though, which is not the worst thing ever.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Leno jumping off a mountain to find his own guardian. Something you want to kill as fast as you can, because the longer you leave it, the worse it gets. Oh, 1 MP short of the flare cast for Leno. That's a shame.
Mildane still rocking the Intanger down there, getting blowfished.
Vamp going from rough
Well,
encounter to rough encounter up here.
But Mildane took him out.
Nice.
Now probably only 2 more to go.
Aha, okay, Leno got the Thunder Shield. Very nice. Yeah, this encounter for Vamp, if the enemies weren't element scaled, I'd be kind of scared.
Yeah, they do still have access to throwing skeins. I don't know if edges still count as part. I would assume bolt edges might be part of the scaling, but a fire skeen for sure. So it could still do some pretty good damage. Not to mention all those zombie attacks.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so Mildane's on Intanger number 2. Potentially could be up to 3 of them at this check. But I think it's one of 2 different encounters, so there's a chance he can find something else on the 3rd one if he makes it through this one.
I believe so, yes. Lennox is taking down Guardian. Gonna get some kind of reward at Barren Falls. As we wait with anticipation. Not a character. It's Genjiama.
Yeah, this is a great seed so far. Thanks, Future.
Anytime. And remember, thank Atma for the flag set. You can't blame all of this on me.
No, I'm gonna.
Look, I couldn't predict this. I can't see the future unless I have a mirror.
Anyway.
Reminder that you signed up for this boot. You willingly joined this team.
I need to go edit a Google Doc real quick. So, Leno is going to the Phantom Forest, I think is what it's called again. And let's see what he does with it.
I'm going to guess hammering the reset button as fast as he can.
Yeah, so Vamp actually went through it, but ran into an encounter that messed him up pretty good, so he's moving on.
Another one not resetting on the Phantom Train for that Aegis Shield. That is odd. Maybe they're going through it for the treasure. You do get a nice selection of chests as you go through there, and with the 20% chance of random items, you could find an Illumina, a Ragnarok. But you have to get through that ghost fight first.
So we've got some questions as to what's happening in this randomizer. And so, in general, we're going through a series of events that happen in the vanilla game, randomized. With the boss fights are randomized. They're gated behind certain characters, and the ultimate goal is to kill Kefka. And the only way you can enter his tower is by, in this seed, getting 7 different characters and 10 different espers. There are several other options turned on for this randomizer that we'll probably touch on throughout the rest of the run, but that is the general idea.
Lenov is making very good use of a noise blaster there to confuse his opponent.
Underrated tool.
Very much. I believe it was you that was telling me yesterday about using that on the Flame Eater fight?
Yes, you can make all of Flame Eater's little henchmen just attack Flame Eater, and when they use Exploder, it does pretty decent damage to Flame Eater himself, as apparently it's not fire damage, and so anyway, try that out.
Oof, a Doom Dragon is the other fight in the Imperial camp. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, hey, it's not an Intanger.
No, but it's something that knows Fallen One, and that's really not something you want to see here. Mr. MC finally picking up his saber. I think he'd exhaust all of his other check.
Yeah, no problem. He took it out. Easy peasy.
And gets a Yeti. Yeti immune to the curse of randomized abilities because he doesn't have any. He just punches.
He is just the worst, and I hope to see him kicked to the curb as soon as possible.
You clearly weren't watching the end of my run last week.
Oh, what? Did he do something good for you? Because I'm not buying it.
Did you not see the clip?
No,
Last week, my entire 3rd and 4th phases of Final Kefka were an imp Yeti. With people throwing potions at him to keep him alive.
Huh. Wasn't that something?
I've never been so scared in all my life.
Well, I'm hoping to see that again. Actually, how long did that take you?
I beat you.
I don't recall this at all. You're dreaming.
Okay, so at the end of the train we have the Air Force fight. As I found out last night, that can be quite a pain with the random element scaling up. Vamp working his way through Mount Colt. And Kefka at Nash for Mr. Entity. He's not going to be happy about that.
So Mildane just got himself the Aegis Shield from in the train, and it looks like he's going to go through with it also.
No, he isn't.
He
is out of there.
It's a good item, but it's not worth that.
Yeah, it's a good item, but it's not a 5-minute item. And Mr. Entity finds a Yeti at Kefka at Nash. Unfortunately, he's fighting for the wrong team.
Fortunately, he's got Fire 3 with him and a Flare, so hopefully shouldn't be too big of an issue.
Oh boy, Lenov is now going for his little pile of Intangiers and Doom Dragons. As the Yeti falls straight over.
You know, Vamp looked like he could equip that Esper on perhaps all 3 of his characters, which in this seed is pretty lucky, because it's a pretty decent Esper. Ooh. Marvel shoes.
I like Marvel shoes. They are a very underrated accessory. Sorry, relic.
They're alright. Not as good as an Esper.
True, progress is better.
It's like we've got jokesters all over this Twitch tonight.
I'm spreading. Mildane there gets his red cap, and is probably cursing out the game at this point in time. Just like Lenophis is going to be in about 5 seconds.
Although Lenophis is better equipped to handle him, I think, than their other two runners, so we'll have to see how much trouble they give him.
Which naturally means he's just going to get a pile of Doom Drag. Oh, that's not any better!
Huh.
A level 90 magic and a level 80 magic? With a magic-based offense, that's...
So, interestingly, Lenophis and I were running a seed together earlier today to practice this flag set, and we did make a specific mention to say that you can run from anything, so we'll have to see if he remembers, or maybe he just wants to go for it. But these are, they can be no joke, so...
You know what? I'm kind of proud of what I've rolled here today.
This could be one for the record books.
I'm expecting some colourful DMs tonight, that's for sure.
There, Mr. Entity's back to the pug fight.
And
Yeah,
gets 1 Minerva for his trouble.
Not a bad trade-off.
If someone can equip it, and it looks like Saving can. So, Minerva, very good piece of armor there. Quite high magic defense, and I believe evade. And you nullify all major elements, if I am remembering correctly.
Sounds about right. I think it gives you a little bit of magic power, too. Entity's still shopping around. Not happy with what he's got.
Looks like Vamp has finished with his grinding and finds an Atma. Mildane hot on his heels going up that mountain, and I don't think either of them are going to be too happy with what they're going to find. Meanwhile, Mr. Entity going in to see his pile of wonderful encounters at the Imperial camp. That's interesting. Everybody has checked the chest that you have to kick that takes about 1.5 minutes to open. I always ignore that chest. How about you?
Well, I typically do, but in a seed where the shops do you absolutely no good in terms of equipment, I guess you want to check every single possible box in hopes of finding something that will help you.
They found a Revivify.
Yeah, no.
That's not helping anyone.
If you hit it instead of kick it, you still go through a cutscene, but at least you don't have to fight anything to open that box.
I'm sorry, did Lenophis just use scan? What am I watching tonight?
There's a scan spell?
I've never seen anyone use scan in this race before.
Maybe it was that tool, debilitator. Or wait, is that the one? Yeah. Do we have tools?
We have tools.
Yeah, we have tools. Maybe that's what it was.
There's a pair of them commentating right now.
Couple of tools.
Vamp going through Atma and finding himself a shadow. Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong, scan is a useful spell, you just don't see it used very often in the randomizer. Speaking about things that won't get used very much, Shadow has Steel. I think I'd rather have the Yeti.
Well, at least Shadow can equip Espers. Perhaps. I mean, this one particularly can, but Yeti never can.
Yeah, he can equip Espers. Just, we don't know which one. Or if we'll find them. So, 2 people leaving Mount Colts, 1 Atma down, and 2 people in the Imperial camp going through hell.
Appreciate that movie reference there, Imperatus.
That's a movie reference? Is this another of those things that I'm not old enough to understand?
It's possible.
Okay, interesting. We have Go-Go at Gao Manor. Not terrible, not the best character, maybe. Shoutouts to Mildane checking his abilities. Good job. I've done that so many times. Hey, what random ability do you... Oh, wait a minute. It's not quite how that works, unfortunately. Now Vamp heading off to the Cave on the Veldt in the World of Ruin as Lenofis faces a Doom Dragon. Mr. Enty's fighting one of those lovely Intengiers. And Mildane taking a nap. I feel a little bad because we have people with a lot of characters and no Espers.
Yeah, I think there's only been one found so far by anyone.
Yep.
And by that I mean the same one.
Yes. Vamp literally going for the belly of the beast here, heading into Zone Eater. Will we see someone get crushed by a ceiling tonight? Who knows?
Here's hoping.
Party Pancake. Unusual taking a full party to Zone Eater. Yeah, it's one of those lovely checks where you don't actually have to fight anything. It's often...
Good idea to reduce your party size, for sure.
Yes, the less members you have, the less members that Zone Eater has to engulf, and the quicker you get in and out.
Fewer. Alternatively, or additionally, you can go into your config and set your battle speed to the fastest, but you do have to remember to turn that back after this fight, otherwise you could be in trouble.
I can't believe you just corrected my grammar.
Well, if you had watched Game of Thrones, I wouldn't have to.
I've seen all of Game of Thrones, even the season that shouldn't have existed.
You mean 3 seasons that shouldn't have existed?
Some of the other ones had their redeeming features.
Vampstar just hit everybody's favorite chancellors. Of course, he'll probably get through with no issue. Ooh.
And down he goes.
That's the one. That's the one that'll get you.
And yes, you're very correct there, Hudat. Game of Thrones is the thing with Yoda. So Lenofis is heading up to his very own Atma encounter. Should be fairly well set for it, has decent magic. Vamp takes a tumble off the bridges again.
Going for the other box. I like it. Mr. Entity's still chasing those Intangiers. Looks like none of our runners have remembered that you can just run.
I would not have taken the effort to go for that chest.
No, that's one you want to leave alone. As soon as you make it past that second Chancellor, you just get out of there. Just move it.
The only time I'll try for it is if I don't have any warp stones and I'm doing the Walk of Shame.
Yeah,
then I'll go for it just to get knocked off.
I can almost feel the fumes coming off of his head right now.
So, for anyone joining us late, this is the Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide weekly community race. We do this every Saturday night, 7 PM Eastern Time. Yeah, it's just a bunch of fans and members of the community just having a good time. All for fun. Nice and casual. If you want to get involved, hop onto our Discord.
And thanks for remembering to start the timer today.
Yeah, it was only 40 seconds late. Alright, we're on to the screen of many pancakes. Vamp risking it all for an empty chest. But looks like he's going to get through it just fine.
Mildane is checking out the cave on the belt. Is that where he is?
Looks that way, yes.
Yeah. Another check that has the benefit of being able to see what you get before you fight. So you can just warp out if it's something you don't like. Great for when you're looking for that last character or last Esper before you can move on.
And what do we get for getting knocked off the platforms? We have Odin. With magic power +1.
45 minutes in is when we get Esper number 2.
You're right, this could be a long night, couldn't it?
This could be a long one. Hey, at least it's not like it's past anyone's bedtime right now. Huh?
Excuse me? It's past my bedtime right now.
Oh, that's right.
But it's fine. I do this for the community and because I love the game. Definitely not for your company.
Aw, you say the sweetest things. Looks like we've got a thief in Mildane. Sorry, treasure hunter. Although he probably doesn't even have steel, so I don't know. I guess you just call him
He can't have steel. Shadow has steel.
Oh, well then.
So Locke might actually be useful for a change.
Yeah, that's.
Locke, of course, giving you a very good chance of an Esper from the Ragnarok check.
And technically a free check in the Phoenix Cave. It's just a long free check. Access to the Cursed Shield, which may give our runners a Paladin Shield, which I just remembered I had access to in my seat earlier and forgot to do, so that was fun.
However, the Paladin Shield will not teach you Ultima tonight.
Not today, but still a fantastic piece of gear. Not only nullifies elemental damage, but absorbs it. Along with super high defense. And maybe evade.
Locke with sword tech. I'm not entirely convinced that's going to be great. Locke doesn't have the best strength in the world. And Lenuf is here with the potentially big brain play of going for the floating continent. Plenty of chances for Espers up there, of course, but you've also got 4 chances of getting absolutely walled by bosses.
A lot of fights in this particular check. Personally don't like going for it too early, but if you can make it through it, there's a good chance you'll have a leg up on everybody else.
Yeah, I would probably have made that call around now. I'll generally go for something like Floating Continent or Cyan's Dream or the Magitech Factory if I'm really short on Espers, just for the amount of checks in quick succession.
Right. Cyan's Dream is actually great because there are 2 fights, but the third check is free. Only problem is you can't warp out. So you can get yourself stuck.
I'm wondering if Vamp deliberately went for that chest or just oofed the D-pad a little.
Certainly looked like he did it deliberately. Maybe he's just trying to get some grinding in?
Indeed, because it's worth remembering the chests in this room are not, to my knowledge, randomized.
Right. And apparently, the rewards you see here are not accurate. You don't actually get 2,000 GP for that chest that says it gives you 2,000 GP. And that's not a randomizer thing, that's a vanilla thing.
Bismarck and an Aegis Shield over at Ragnarok check. And Mildane finally gets an Esper. I don't know how he's gotten this far without one, to be honest.
Let's see. The first one came from, was it the Mog check?
No, Mog was Sabin. Was it Collapsing House?
Could be.
Our
have
tracker
somebody who
knows
can
everything.
tell us.
He'll tell us.
We're not paid to pay attention, folks.
I've had about 12 hours sleep across the last 4 days. I'm probably not the best person to be here tonight.
But Lenophis picks up a pretty fancy Esper in the floating continent. Some decent stuff on that one. And it could actually be equipped, which is the most important part.
Always useful. Though I suppose if you were desperate, you could lob the Magicite at somebody's head and hope for a little bit of damage. Mildane heading up to Tritok and Umaro's cave. Presumably.
And Mr. Entity is taking on Atma.
Mr. Ent's using Big Guard. You don't see that very often either.
Big Guard, yeah. It's not one you see every day. I like it. Ooh, Mildane finds Doomgaze.
Yeah, he's not very high on my friend list.
Especially if you're level 5, or multiple of level 5. Then he's just the worst.
However, fixed dice do make that a little more pleasant. As does Blowfish.
And the scaling, perhaps, might make him a little more tolerable. He's still going to cast level 5 Doom on you first thing, but we'll see how this goes.
Mystery making it through Atma will grab himself a shadow. And Lenof is not far from his second boss now.
Vampstar finds a big snail.
Indeed, hopefully he won't be shellfish. And he'll let Vamp hurry up and S-Car go on to the next check. Tough crowd. So the second boss of the
armor.
the first boss on the actual floating continent. Yep, it's Tunnel Armor. Even with scaling, not a massive threat because he has a very, well, it, I suppose, has a very weak magic stat.
Yeah. Doesn't take much to get through this fight. Unless you give him Ultima. I'm not saying he can, but I'm not saying he can't.
I'm not entirely sure what Vamp's doing here. I think he's trying to ATB weight the snail.
That's not going to work out too good.
That's not how that works at all.
Yeah, maybe he's just taking his time.
Ooh, that was a tasty Shiva there for Lenophis from that second check on the floating continent.
Mildane's still hammering away at Doomgaze, who is just killing people left and right.
Well, mostly right. If he was killing people left, the battle would be over already.
There's no people on the left.
Doomgaze is a people too. Don't be
No.
mean. Anyway, he gets through the fight.
Hey, Mr. Entity's finally doing Collapsing House.
And Lenophis has found a Gigantos on the way off of the floating continent. That's a fight.
Wait. Why is Doomgaze Soylent Green?
I don't know. I dread to think. I don't want to see where this is going.
You can't just say things are things. But Vampstar made it through the snail. See what he gets for his trouble. Or not so much trouble. Bahamut Esper. Well, I know Soylent Green is people, but that doesn't mean Doomgaze is Soylent Green. False equivalence, or something like that.
Ooh, Mildane here with what is definitely a play. Dragons in today's seed are unscaled, and I think Mildane just realised that.
Oof. Good thing there's a save point nearby.
Indeed. Because if the previous boss wasn't his doom, that dragon was going to be. Rexol is the final gatekeeper of the Floating Continent.
No zinger.
On the plus side, Lenofis has ice magic. On the other hand, Rexol has a lot of magic defense.
Rods would be great here. Too bad we can't buy them. But I think he can make it through.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, we have Mildane fighting a ghost.
Like Vamp is having a think.
Or having a navigation issue, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, lands it at Barren Falls. And
landing tricky.
Ifrit. So Ifrit and Shiva on the Floating Continent?
That's not where they belong.
No, they belong in the other place with 4 bosses and 3 check.
So looks like the Yeti check is a dragon horn, which best item in the game, but will not provide any progression. So do have the option of noping out of this one and just warping right out.
Meanwhile, there's something very fishy going on Mildane's screen. He's bumped into the piranhas. Come on.
Haddock. That's a fish. Did I do it?
You did it. Well done.
Thanks.
So, for anyone who's new to the Worlds Collide Randomizer, the piranhas fight, you have to sit here and wait. It can take anywhere between, supposedly, 10 and 90 seconds.
Allegedly, 10 and 90 seconds.
I'm pretty sure it's more like between 10 seconds and 10 minutes sometimes.
More like between 90 seconds and 4 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
But that particular fight is timed, so you can kill all the piranhas you want, but until that timer goes on, they'll just keep on coming. So a lot of times the strategy is to just sit there for any given amount of time that you pick between 10 and 90 seconds, and then kill them, and hopefully the boss will show up. This is where a lot of people take a bathroom break.
So, as you saw that, Mildane dunked 2 of the fishies, and 3 more rose up in their place.
It's interesting, a lot of runners have 6 characters, but we're seeing a lot of the same checks.
It does feel very linear so far. Again, I'm really sorry.
So many options, you know. And we don't even have Astrago in the group. Although we do have several 1-check characters, so that's probably what's going on.
Give it time.
Mog, Gogo, and Umaro all in the same.
So the boss finally appears for Mildane and gets a 1000 needled and Quadra Slam. Clearly not very happy about being made to wait.
Mr. Entity picks up his Odin Esper.
As
and Vampire still dealing with Guardian.
And Lenofis is finding his snail. Which is fairly ironic, because Lenofis is definitely not going at a snail's pace tonight. He is in the lead so far. However, as I learned last night, there is such a thing as too fast.
Ahem.
Yes.
That's right. Just because you find everything you need doesn't necessarily mean you're ready to go.
Yes, we had a...
Level 27 is not the best time to enter Kefka's Tower.
Definitely not. We had
Can be
a...
done, however.
We had a
With some
casual
luck.
warm-up race last night, ready for the Kefka Grand Prix, starting on Monday. Sign-ups close tomorrow night. And I was doing really well. I was the first into Kefka's Tower, and I didn't make it out.
Got some free Tiger Fangs down on Mr. Entity's screen.
Indeed, and Vamp going to Moblitz? Big old question mark on that one.
Mildane headed back to the collapsing house also, as Lenophis checks out the cave on the belt.
Yeah, I think Vamp's GPS is definitely broken right now.
He's taking some time off. Maybe he's just getting back in and he's shaking the rust off.
Yeah. Worth noting that I believe all 4 of our on-stream runners tonight are taking part in the Kefka Grand Prix. So this is going to be good practice for them. I know I am, and you are as well, Boo.
That's right.
And because this is the same flag set, though a different seed to the first race in that, everybody taking the chance to get their practice in. And on that note, if you are enjoying this stream, I believe there are plans for some of the races in the Grand Prix to be restreamed. So watch this space.
So we're going to have a different seed every week as part of the Kefka Grand Prix. Sort of a tournament style, but well, it's a Grand Prix style. If you're familiar with Mario Kart, which I assume most of you are. So you get the opportunity to play every week, earn yourself some points for whichever place you come in the race, and nobody gets the boot. So you can play every week, and once it gets through, I believe 8 weeks, we'll establish a final 4, and then we'll have our typical sync race for the three races to determine the winner.
So I'm expecting to enjoy the first 8 weeks of the Kefka Grand Prix and enjoy watching the last.
There's always a chance. Hell, I won the last battle royale, and I don't think anyone saw that coming.
I definitely didn't, but I wasn't part of the community then.
The reason they opted to go for this new Grand Prix style is because one particularly rough week happened and knocked out several of the I should say 2 of the heavy favorites. So it was great for me, not so great for them.
Indeed, and it is worth noting that you can sometimes just get a really rough seed. So it's nice that you don't lose everything if you lose 1 week. Or, real life happens, everybody knows that.
Yeah, just take 0, move on, still make it.
Boo coming to us live from a different room for a moment there. So, Mr. Entity picking up his Ragnarok check, and Lenophis picking up his Ragnarok check. Lots of Espers going around. And we now see the Curse Shield is 18 fights. I probably wouldn't take that at this point.
No, too late in the game for that. I don't even think we'll probably get to another 18 fights. I suppose you could go grinding for it, but when you don't have the option of Ultima, it's worth it.
Seem to be having some trouble with Boo's mic there. I'll look into that real quick. Meanwhile, Lenophis going up to the snowfields to tackle... tackling supposedly Tritok and then Amaro's cave. And Mr. Entity going for Moogle's cave, probably looking for that Thunder Shield from Ellie. And Mildane in the Phoenix cave. Lots and lots of caves tonight.
We back.
We're back. Hello again.
Dogs, am I right?
Lenophis
All
going
right, so
for
what I
his...
missed?
Everybody's in a cave except Vamp, and Lenophis is playing with a dragon. Did I just see an Illumina in that chest, or are my eyes deceiving me?
Ooh, on which screen?
Mr. Entity's in the Moogle cave.
I would imagine if there was, he would have immediately equipped it.
Yeah, true. I think I'm maybe seeing things.
But maybe not. Maybe he's just waiting. He's building suspense.
Mildane,
Maybe
I
he
think...
just assumes nobody can equip it. He's given up on life.
Yeah, Mildane, I believe, the first person on our restream to visit the Phoenix Cave. Let's see if it pays off.
A long check, but a free one. You're guaranteed something with no fight, but you do have the option of there's a dragon down here, a lot of treasure along the way. Just takes a solid 5 minutes to get this check done.
Even longer if you stand your characters on switches. It's usually much faster if you're not planning to fight the dragon, or even if you are, just use a save point to heal.
Yeah.
But just run over the
heal up.
spike.
Yeah, there's no fights here. No random encounters, I should say.
Vamp, presumably in desperate times, he's going for Kef Crit Nash. Oof.
Well, we know how that's going to end. Marvel shoes, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, definitely a marvelous reward for that check. That's not how you...
He's a shoe-in for them?
Yeah, you're getting it now.
Did I do it?
He's not exercising due haste getting through it, though. He didn't decide to wait out the soldiers. He's going straight through them. Meanwhile, both Lenophis and Entity fighting the Storm Dragon, as Best Boy comes into play and misses.
Worst boy.
Interceptor is the best boy. You be nice.
He missed.
He tried.
Oof. That's what counts. Unless, of course, your party all dies.
Yeah, somehow I think that might be outside of his control. Mildane wants that chest. Just eyeing the dragon. No, I think he's decided he's better off without it. Can't blame him for that.
Can't blame him. Although he may be at dragon killing level, maybe? That'd be a toss-up. Something easy like an ice dragon is what you want to see right now, but as you see, a storm dragon can be rough going. If you get the dirt dragon, you're in big trouble.
Or you graze through it by the skin of your teeth like the Lenophis here. But with Storm Dragon down, he's got clear skies for a little while.
And 44,000 XP.
Yes, we do like the XP from the unscaled dragons. So what that means is that while all the other bosses and random encounters are scaled, so their level will roughly approximate how much progress you've made in the seed. Dragon's final battle, not so much. They're at their vanilla levels. And Mildane picks up Gao. I don't think that's what he was hoping for from the Phoenix Cave, but it's a couple of extra checks.
Yeah, especially when you already have 7 characters, that's not what you want to see.
Not ideal.
I never want to see Gao, personally.
Though there is a light at the end of the tunnel for these people, because there is a chance that if they keep fighting things, they might actually have enough money for the auction house.
And it does get him the well. That particular check was free, but more levels you have, the easier Kefka's Tower will be. So,
Indeed.
not necessarily a terrible thing. Oh, as Lenophis hits up Doomgaze right after his big dragon fight.
Yep, I think I'd rather fight the dragon again if I was in his shoes.
His marble shoes?
But this wasn't a Marvel Shoes reward.
Gao is certainly broken. If by broken you mean terrible.
Yeah, out comes Scan again for Mr. Entity this time. Checking out the stats on that there dragon.
Actually, so when we're using, in this randomizer, when we have randomized, random unique commands, Gao actually has a benefit of getting 2 of them, because he cannot fight. And if he doesn't get rage, there's no guarantee he can actually do anything. So he gets 2 commands to make up for it.
Speaking of benefits, my RNG strikes again as Mildane finds himself a spicy chicken in the tunnel armor spot.
Ooh, that's hot. Luckily for him, the elemental abilities have been scaled, so he's not going to be roasting them too hard. We'll see see just how tough he's going to be at these mid levels.
Well, I'm going to be honest, Quadra slamming him for 100 HP a swing is probably not the way to go.
That's not going to get it done. There you have the aforementioned Fire Skein, which, when enemies throw it, can do single target damage.
This is a fight where you really want your Sword Tech user to be a high enough level for Sword Tech 6 Stunner. Poltergeist, one of the only, I think is it 2 or 3 bosses in the game that can be stopped?
So he used Quadra Slam, right? So we should have, did you use Quadra Slam or
Slam?
Slam. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. Oof, Bylock. Vampstar's making his return trip to the Imperial camp to go get his Yeti. See how many horrible things he runs into this time.
Oh, I love them. Mwahahaha. This was my plan all along. I rolled a seed so bad it's going to demoralize everyone else in the Kefka Grand Prix.
And they're just going to drop out. And then you win.
Yeah, exactly. Victory by acclamation.
So Mildane got himself a Shoat Esper and an Aura Lance, which I think Realm is jumping. Yeah. Realm has just become the best character in the game.
See, for me, Realm was already the best character in the game.
I should say the best character in this particular seed.
A Realm
Because
used correctly is
she
a
can
powerhouse.
use Dragoon Boots, Dragon Horn, Aura Lance. Who needs magic? Not Realm.
Meanwhile, the Noph is there resetting straight out of that Piranha's fight. He doesn't have time for that.
But he saw the Dragon Horn. How could he not want it?
Lenophis making the correct choice.
It's like disaster has struck for one of our off-stream runners. But good to see you in here.
So, we have another Doomgaze on our screen.
And Mr. Anthony breaking out the Bismarck Esper. Also one you don't see every day.
Oh no. There's a Magimaster out there somewhere? Oh dear.
And yeah, with the scaling option, it's no longer a free fight with a wall ring or runic. So yeah, it can be even more trouble now, unfortunately.
Have I mentioned at any point that I'm sorry?
No, I don't think so. Matter of fact, I think you were proud of it. Or do you not recall?
It's flipping back and forth. I'm both proud and horrified. about what I've created here.
But it is a sight to behold. Can all agree on that. Let's see, Mildane's taking on the floating continent as Lenophis is facing the Chancellors, which he just takes out with no problem whatsoever. Oh, spoke too soon.
No, I think that was deliberate for the chests.
I was going to say, he looked like he did that one on purpose.
I think he Chancellored the Chancellors.
Did find a Ragnarok down in that very chest just yesterday.
Doomguy is doing what he does best for Mr. Entity and just wiping out the character. Vamp having a very unfortunate time still at the Imperial camp. I don't think he's ever going to go there again after tonight.
Yeah, I want to send him a direct message that just says run, but I won't.
Meanwhile, Grasshoppers on Mildane's screen, they must have some serious legs to hop that high.
And a serious mouth if they're that crass. Did I do it?
Yeah, I'll let you have that one.
Yay!
It's nice to have an apprentice.
Alright. Lenophis inching forward to that 710 goal.
Not sure how many checks he has left open, so he's not going to find what he wants in the Phoenix Cave, that's for sure.
Yeah, a lot of characters with very few checks, so this, your options kind of are getting narrowed the further you get.
Indeed.
I think we've already covered Mog, Gogo, and Umaro, which are all single check characters. Sabin and Shadow are the two 5-check characters he has.
Gao, who's going to pick up here, has 2 checks, Serpent Trench, and the Velt if he's found dried meat.
A lot of characters, not a lot of options.
No, this is definitely the point in the seed where you want to see a Terra or a Celes. Lots and lots of checks, good chances of Espers, even a Cyan would be nice.
Cyan would be great. So we have a Sword Tech user. Could open up Cleave.
And 2 checks in Cyan's Dream that can't be characters, which would be music to everyone's ears right now. Looks like Vamp has fallen again, which is a shame.
And Mildane found himself a flying octopus.
There's the Dragon Horn for Mystery. Is he going to go through with it? Looks like he is. I mean, full credit to Vamp, he's going for it again.
Never surrender. Just bring some smoke bombs.
Bork.
That's not surrendering, right?
Smoke bombs definitely isn't surrendering.
Tactical retreat.
Yes. We're not retreating, we're advancing in the other direction.
He could be. You don't know. Oh, message was to chat, not you.
Sure.
The super exciting Piranha battle happening on Mr. Energy's screen.
Thrilling content.
This one was a long one.
It wasn't too bad. I think maybe 1.5 times through the track. Yeah, Jack in chat saying 710's a million miles away. I think some of our runners are probably feeling that a lot right now. I can only think the Vamp must be out of checks other than this to keep throwing himself at it.
It's possible. He is at fewer characters than the other runners, and this one does open. This one opens up the Yeti, but he didn't open up any other characters, so he must still have one other one available. I'm just not sure what.
He's missing Go-Go, I believe. Or maybe he has Go-Go. I'm losing track, to be honest. No, of course he has Go-Go. He did Zonite first. Confirmation there that Sen is an Esper if they go and get it. Very nice. Of course, you gotta have the money, and it was at least, I believe, 38,000 GP.
Yeah, one of them was 42,000, the other one 38. Sounds about right. And yeah, when you can't sell anything, 40k is hard to come by.
Indeed. Poverty Strike. I had this soul-crushing realization last night when I got to 8 Espers, and I was like, right, auction house, here oh, no.
No.
Womp, womp.
Though technically all you need is, what, 20,000? Actually 10,000 if you get lucky, but...
10 for one Esper, 20 for the other.
Right. So, really if you have 30,000, you can go for it. And you just do a lot of resetting, or a lot of wading through cutscenes. But at that point, you may as well go do a regular check.
Yep, get the experience, make that final battle a little bit easier. So let's see what else we have happening here. We have Mr. Entity probably going up to the tunnel armor check. He's going to find himself a spicy chicken. Lenophis fighting a gold dragon. Because why not? And Mildane on tunnel armor up at the floating continent.
Really nailing down that psycho.
And there's Gao for Lenophis. He's gonna be disappointed.
Oh, that one doesn't count, right?
Yes, it does.
Somebody go hop on Vampstar's stream. Just tell him to run. Don't actually, but you know.
Yeah, don't do that thing.
don't do it.
Oh no, is Leno going for the auction house? He's gonna try and sell something, I think. No?
No. Just doing a quick check. Maybe
Fair enough.
No. Unless
Keeping us guessing.
He's gonna save so he can reset. He's doing it. Nope. He's saving so he can leave.
We're of the opinion, Jack, that he doesn't know he can run from the encounters.
Yeah, no, he's very no, but not many people are aware that we can run from anything. To be fair, that's not an often used flag, and a lot of times these things are unrunnable. So I think people just kind of gotten used to it.
That's what Leno was doing. He was looking for dried meat. Obviously, having Gao in his party, that gives him an option of another check on the Vel. As long as he makes room in his party, which he's doing right now.
And I guess he hasn't realized he has enough money for the Zen Esper guy either.
Or he's saving that until he has 9 Espers. I will often save the easiest Espers for last.
Certainly possible.
Couple of carcasses on the screen. Out can the Revivify? Mildane here has a Slam Dancer in front of him. You want to kill that as fast as possible. And NT taking out Poltergeist.
Comes with X Zone. His new Esper, I mean.
Indeed.
Did Lenovus take off his Moogle Char? Oh, there it goes.
We've all done it.
So many times. Runs into a kind of a nasty fight on the Velt.
I think he's got the offense to take it out, though.
Mildane going after Rexol up in the floating continent.
Still no sign of that check for Leno.
I want to say it's a 50-50 chance, maybe even something like a 60-40 chance that he'll show up at the end of the fight.
I think it's 5/8.
Could be.
It's either 3/8 or 5/8, one of those two.
So it's no surprise that I've gone about 10 in a row without seeing anything before.
Oh yeah, it's an XCOM 5/8.
And he finds himself another character. Probably not what he was looking for, but at least Setzer opens up two more quick checks.
Plus, Doomgaze, very tasty check. Can't get a character there.
Yep. That's what I would be doing right now.
I'd probably go to Collingen first, 3 checks quicker. Then yeah, definitely Doomgaze for me. Let's see, Collingen is a Ragnarok sword.
Well, if you're going to have a dead check, there are definitely worse things to get.
Indeed.
But definitely not what he was looking for.
And a lot of people could equip that. Vamp's still plugging away at the Intengia.
He's going to see these in his nightmares tonight.
I'm kind of looking forward to telling him in the post-match interview that he could have run from these.
You know, maybe don't tell him. Maybe just say tough luck and move on.
No, I think we need to tell him, especially if he is taking part in the GP and, you know, these are the flags for the first week. I think it's a kindness to tell him.
Okay. Just maybe tell him tomorrow, you know.
Sleep on it.
Nah, he'll be fine.
I'll just let him watch the VOD back and hear us memeing about it. It's fine. That's definitely the kinder option.
Mildane's wandering around town now, too. I think he already has... an Aura Lance. I believe he did the Poltergeist check, so I'm not sure what he's doing with gold lances, but...
Oh, Franklin, I love you right now. That was a top quality one. Very well done.
Put some effort into that one.
And unlike in Tangier, we can see the effort you put into that.
It didn't blow fish.
Kind of weak. 7 out of 10. Ooh, Leno finding a terror at Daryl's team. Hello.
Yeah, still another character, though.
It is, but that is a character that opens a lot of options. Terror with
True.
5 check.
And a lot of treasure.
Indeed.
What would it take for you to swap her in right now? What do you want to see on her?
To be honest, at this point, with his levels, I'm not sure there's anything I'd want to see on her. Because let's not forget, he has these 4 characters in his party, plus 5 outside, dragging the average level down.
Very true.
Oh, whoa,
And then-
hang on a minute. Breaking news, Vamp has made it through the Imperial camp.
Let's get some claps. Let's get some claps in chat for Vamp.
Proof that you can achieve anything with enough perseverance.
And you know, Terra doesn't have the benefit in this particular seed of being able to equip pretty much anything, so it's pretty much just for the checks at this point.
Chadnut going down for the Nophis. So he's going to get that Terror, and away he goes. Trying to think, I'd definitely do Sealed Gate first, because of the treasure. And I think I'd try Fumbaba check, because at least you can find out before you go through the fights what's there.
Yep. And I think
That be
you
your
can
play?
handle that fight just fine. Yeah, I agree. I think you can handle that fight just fine. You can ensure that it's an Esper you're getting. And then very next check, if that's not an Esper, would be Welk, as that's a pretty short one.
Yeah, I think we can all agree Leet River's last on the list.
Yeah, nobody do Leet River. It's a terrible check. Leave it alone.
Meanwhile, Doom hiding in the skies for Leno. That's a thing.
Is he doomed to
No,
fail?
I think he's got that.
I think he's doomed.
No.
Doomed.
Vamp might be doomed, bumping into Doomgaze at the top of the mountain. And one thing's sure, he's probably gazing at his timer and not feeling too happy right now. But as you said, everybody gets rusty sometimes, everybody needs a D-rust, and this is the perfect opportunity to do it. Nothing to lose, it's just for fun, and we do this every week.
And good practice for the Grand Prix that's starting in 2 days. Sign-ups in tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, I think you said. So if you want to get in on the fun, check out the Discord and sign up.
News just in, we've just been fired from the commentary position.
Okay.
Terror with Blitz.
I don't think we're that close to 42. I mean, a couple characters might be, but there are several people dragging down the average. So maybe with an XP egg it'd be worth looking into, but at this point, probably not.
I didn't look, is Bumrush last even on?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't make it easy on people.
It would be pretty sweet, Huda. I really like you. You can come around more often.
You know, if Terra did have a ballroom blitz, she could kill you with a wink of her eye. She's electric. Welcome, Hudet. Golem is apparently our Esper at Zen. That'd be a handy one to have for our final Kefka battle, as multi-summoning Espers is turned on for this seed. And Golem, great one to have. Maybe a little too good to have for that final fight.
Could anyone equip it, though? That's the question.
You know, at that point, you might want to find who can equip it and just use them for the...
Yeah.
Just have them be a constant Golemer.
It looks like Mog can equip it, so pretty safe there.
And Lenophis found his Esper number 8, Phoenix Esper, behind Doom.
Yep, before that check, he did have 710, unfortunately, the wrong way around.
Finally got some... Well, looks like he has got some Cure Magic already, so that's not a terribly useful Esper for him.
So, next week's race happens on a special date. I wonder if the admins have got anything special planned for it. Maybe something spooky.
Ooh, spooky themed race.
Because we do have the option of adjusting sprites now, and there is a ghost
Custom
sprite out there.
sprites. Yeah. A lot of people in the community working on a lot of different sprites to throw into the game. I'm sure we could find something to come up with for a Halloween-themed race.
I can't.
Or we could just have you roll another seed, and then it's pretty much a nightmare for everybody.
I'm not rolling next week's seeds. I'm playing next week's seed. I'm not touching that.
Hey, you need to take your own medicine, son.
I do every time I roll an acing. I suffer enough.
Let's see. So Lenophis hasn't gone to Zen yet, though, right?
He just got sent.
Oh, he did. Okay.
However, from rumblings I'm seeing in certain Discord channels, he's about to be really upset.
Uh-oh.
Rumor has it this is not the place to be.
I'm excited. Oh.
Because we have the boss that defeated Jack.
I hope he's saved.
He's done. No, not having it.
Probably a smart move.
So where do you think he's going to go?
wouldn't
Zozo or Mobliz?
Mobliz is the play here.
Yep, it's the play for me too. You won't, Cam. Yep, he's going to Mobliz.
Looks like that's right where he's headed.
Definitely play. As we said, you can check what's here first.
And check the magic clock that always has a good item.
It really doesn't.
See?
You're not going to take Palador away? I've got a funny feeling he is, actually.
Yeah, you can kiss Palador goodbye, kid. Vamp Star's working on getting Locke, which will give him his final character, but he's got a few Espers to go.
Indeed. Making good progress, though.
And Mildane picks up Esper number 9. So he's pretty close there, right on Lenophis' heels. See if he's got enough money for that Zen Esper if he hasn't bought it yet.
So then F is up against Funbarber. This is a guaranteed find here.
Looks like he's going to take the opportunity to decide which character he wants to get blown away.
Yep,
and you can
very
do that
useful.
by killing your own characters, because Funbarber will always blow away the dead ones first.
Yes. Sensible game logic, because you can't blow away living ones if you have dead characters, because then you'd have nobody for the next battle.
You would just be dead.
Yes.
It was nice of the programmers to do that for us.
But it's fine, the merchant's helping. And it's Kefka, that's not going to slow him down at all.
Let's see what Kefka does when he's scaled, though. I'm curious.
I'm not sure about the flare call there over Ice 3, though.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get a chance to show us what he can do with his new fancy new abilities, but
He can run away.
we'll find out next time. Maybe.
Worth noting that nobody, not even one of our off-stream runners, has finished yet, so the victory is still up for grab.
And looks like Mildane is looking for his last Esper at Kefka at Narsh, which is going to make him sad.
Yeah, that's going to be a swing and a miss.
But Lenophis is good to go. He got his 10th Esper. His character requirement is met. Now he just has to decide if he feels comfortable going in.
Gale had
He wants to do
natural rage.
Natural Rage.
I would have checked that out. Technically, it's not natural rage. Rage replaced leap, but it's close enough.
We're operating with random starting rages, so It's possible he had something good.
Plus, a lot of things have been fought so far. If everyone learns Rages is on. Oh, I spoke too
Speak of the
soon.
devil.
We have a finisher. So, Leno heading straight into the tower. Mr. Entity heading for the Phoenix Cave, presumably. And Vamp heading for Nosh? I thought we were through there already, honestly.
Is he going back for... I don't know what he's doing.
Ah, he just got Lock, of course. So, is that Amara going into the party? I'll be still my beating heart.
Oh, he's in Lower Narsh. I just assumed that save point was up on the mountain. Yeah, so we'll go collect his free Esper, his useless curse shield, and be on his way.
Meanwhile,
Or maybe
Leno
go
will...
fight a drake. Who knows?
Meanwhile, Leno will be the first one to show us just what is waiting for us in the town. There's still a few surprises there could be. I don't believe we've seen a goddess yet. That would be pretty nasty if you get the wrong party.
Yeah, we've seen most of the tough bosses we've seen. So hopefully, from what you've put them through, Kefka's Tower will be a little bit easier. Somehow,
Yeah.
I doubt it.
We've not seen goddess, but we've also not seen leader.
And we've not seen Inferno, which can get pretty tough with the scaling abilities.
I just saw Leno stop very pointedly in front of Party 2's dragon there. I think we're going to see a few more levels coming out. So, Mildane comes up fairly empty at Kefkrit Nash, as we knew he would. Let's see what his next
Where
play is.
next? Is he going for the auction house? I think he might be.
He's got enough money for one Esper. Looks like the Inferno boss is Hydon. A quick reminder that we have the no undead bosses flag on, so you cannot easily get rid of Hydon here. You have to fight it the hard way.
Not an easy fight, solo.
So, is the World of Balance organized different than Ruin? Yes, there are different items available, and you can get items repeatedly in the World of Balance. So, ideally, you want to do this in the World of Ruin. But that implies you have enough money. However, it doesn't matter. Mildane, first try, Tritok, let's go.
He's got Zelfer luck.
Indeed.
Yeah, in World of Ruin there are 5 items, and if you just bring enough money, you just buy them all. And you know, the only thing you're worried about is an imp robot at that point. That would be a reset.
I'm sad you can't buy the Imp Robot and get like a high tier loot roll or something for it.
Or, you know, throw it in combat, see what happens.
Well, if the Imp spell can cure Imp, surely throwing an Imp Robot at somebody could do the same.
Lenophis took down Haydn with a few HP to spare.
And we had a little bit of Siege Vision there, running around with poison on, so healing that straight off.
And Mildane is ready to go. See if he does any last minute shopping, rearranging, re-equipping. Looks like he's going to do something here. Maybe get a free heal.
Leno going for the gold dragon spot, and we have a white dragon. Very low health. Pretty satisfying. Did I just see Merton on Realm? When did that happen?
Oh, yeah. I think it could be natural magic, although it could be. I've seen it on several people's screens, so either a common Esper or it was natural.
I've seen a few elemental shields as well. I'd be leading with that.
Yeah, white dragon, low HP dragon. The only downside is he can cast up to, I think, 3 pearls to start off the fight. And those can be fairly rough. Keep doing your thing there, Terra.
Yep, looks like we're going with Flare and Blitz to get through it. As Vamp is also flaring his way through the Storm Dragon. Mr. Entity's taking down his Phoenix Cave Dragon. And Mildane is going for the Opera Dragon. A lot of dragons dying considering they're not required in this seed.
Yep, when you don't have the best gear, you make up for it with levels. The quickest way to get a level is to kill a dragon.
If you can.
If you can.
Which Leno clearly can, as down goes the White Dragon. And it's on probably to whatever's waiting in the Skull Dragon spot. Which won't be Skull Dragon because he's in the Opera House.
Mystery finally making it through the Phoenix Cave to pick up his 8th character. Again, probably not what he wanted to see, but it does open up a couple more checks.
And he has left a space in his party, so he's heading for the Velt.
It's like Vampstar had to bail out. Give that one maybe another try. He's moving on. He's not going to like what he finds up there either.
Skull Dragon's replacement today, a red dragon. Well, Gogo almost had his time to shine there. Unfortunately, Red Dragon had other plans.
Rip.
Flicking through the rages, I didn't see anything amazingly special on Gao.
Gee, that's a shock.
No, he definitely didn't have
Because it's
shock.
not
That's
shock.
Excluded.
Nope. I said it first. Yours doesn't count.
Did you really?
Hey, I'm on a couple second delay. Mildane picked up a Genji glove for his Doom Dragon fight. Don't know if we have anything to really make good use of that. Kind of like my seed earlier today where I picked up 3 offerings and had nothing to use them with.
Should have tried offering them to the enemies. See if they'd leave
tried.
you alone in exchange.
They didn't want them.
That's a shame.
But Lenopus made it through his dragon fight with some HP to spare.
Yep, another battle, another round of Gogo eating carpet. Well, if there's carpets at Kefka's Tower. He doesn't seem like the kind of person who'd go for interior decorating, really. Tiles, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, coming up to the final boss rush now for Leno. Just 4 bosses and then the final battle to go. You good there, boo?
Yeah.
Mildane entering the tower. Here we go. Anti-finding a pair of fortresses. Less good. And Vamp breezing through Doomgaze.
Speaking of an offering, Mildane just found one. Genji glove, an offering, and nothing to use it with. So sad.
He has fixed dice if Realm can equip the
Oh.
offering. It's slow, but it's a way forwards. And if you equip the offering and a Dragoon Boot? That does absolutely nothing, does it?
Yeah, I don't think you want to use an offering with jump.
Yeah, I think I got that the wrong way around. It's the fixed dice of the Dragoon Boots and the Dragon Horn that you want.
However, if he puts it on Gao, I don't know if, I mean, he could use the offering. I don't know if he can use the fixed dice, but that's a way to get Gao, contributing something in these final fights.
Yep. Most rages have a physical attack of some kind.
Always fun to find GP in Kefka's Tower.
Mr. Entity staring intently at the save screen for a moment there. And looks like our Guardian Spot Boss is an Atma weapon. I don't think that's going to cause too many problems. Gotta say though, a brave decision to only take one of your leveled characters into the third path. How do you feel about that, Boo?
Yeah, I guess it just depends on your party setup. If you've got maybe an over-leveled, overpowered character, they're fine solo, but that third path is where you're definitely going to see most of your enemies. So the usual strategy is to load up that path number 3 for just such an occasion, but it can be done.
Oof. Meteo. Thankfully, horrifically inaccurate. Still not what you want to see. Oh, Mr. Entity has his Ragnarok sword now. Not the Esper he's looking for, he's gonna be sad.
Uh-oh. I don't know if it's getting quaked. This may not be...
It's an ammo weapon,
Alright.
Quake, that's nothing.
He ate it. Okay, somebody in chat pointed out Vamp might be grinding for his Paladin shield. Certainly.
Unfortunately, it is kind of impossible because Amaro cannot uncurse the shield to my knowledge. I'm pretty sure I think everybody except Amaro and Gogo can uncurse that shield, so I might be wrong on that, someone can correct me, but I think he's in for a bad time.
Well, with 18 fights to go, either way, it's going to take a long time.
Indeed.
Then again, I don't know how much progress he's made so far.
That's right, yeah, it's linked to gaining magic point somehow. So if that is Vamp's play, unfortunately, it's not going to check out.
He may just be grinding for some XP, just to make things a little easier on him.
It's possible, but
like I said, with 18 battles to go, I mean, even 10 to 12 to go, that's a lot of grinding.
Yeah, he's just wearing it for the extra challenge. I think you're right there, Em.
Just motivation, get things killed faster before that clock winds down.
And the statue boss on the middle path of the tower is the Stooges.
Ooh, that can be a rough one to do solo, just because they have that delta hit attack.
And that Flare Star! Single target Flare Star bad.
Very bad. Mildane found his hide-and fight.
Shadow muted, that's not going to help the Stooges one bit, because he's swinging a Ragnarok. And of course, no matter how little you can talk, you can still proc that flare spell.
I think he's mostly out of danger at this point.
Yep, as long as you take out the top one.
That top Stooge, yeah, you're good to go. Mr. E down in Daryl's tomb, looking for one of his last 2 Espers.
We've got some terrible news for him.
What is it?
I need better friends.
Oh, look. He is making use of that offering in fixed dice. Nice. Him being Mildane, of course. Yeah, Vamp giving Doomgaze another go, so I don't think he was going for the shield. I think he was just going for levels.
But here's the thing, why would you equip the cursed shield if you're not trying to uncurse it?
That part he may not know, but I just mean this particular grinding session, I don't think he was looking to get all 18 done.
I'm just wondering if there is any benefit from the cursed shield?
No.
No. We have everyone's favourite Senor Behemoth in Kefka's Tower.
Vamp could use a Phoenix Esper right about now.
Yeah, I'd be chucking Magicite at this point. Ooh, Snowball, percent damage attack, that's not going to kill him. Or Realm, rather. However, it does apply the seizure status, which is not a thing you want to have at 28 HP.
Well, let's hope this does it.
It does, that is clutch.
Nicely done by Vamp there. I was really hoping he'd pull that one out.
Yep, that worked. Now onto the disappointment that is Amari's Cave and the Dragonhorn. After the disappointment that is Doomgaze and a Genji armor.
Disappointing Genji armor, yeah. Looks like Mildane is working his way up to Guardian.
Oh no, he forgot to put his Moogle charm back on. Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh, come on, have a way out.
Run.
No! Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh, that is heartbreaking for Vamp.
Oof.
I'm going to be impressed if he loads the save back up. He's still going for it. You've got to give him credit for perseverance here.
Well, he knows he can do it now.
Exactly. So it looks like Lenov has just finished his boss rush as Mildane's starting his.
So he does have a Memento Ring, which may help him out for the Doomgaze fight.
Leno just performing final pre-flight checks before the Kefka battle. Mr. Entity, I think, trying to learn Bum Rush, but may have forgotten to bring Sabin along. Oh no, Sabin's there.
Is he level 42? Who's his Blitz user?
It's Terra, I don't think she's level 42. That's a shame. Alright, folks.
Lenopus going for it.
Here we go.
Vamp getting a bit of revenge on the weird hermit crab snail looking things that killed him earlier.
Indeed.
Did he put his Moogle Charm back on yet? Oh no, he's... Oh right,
He's still grinding.
He's gonna do the grinding again.
Alright, let's wish Loafers the best of luck and see how Kefka treats him today. Straight out of the gates with Golem.
Ah yes. Multi-summon on. Want to see as many golems as you can possibly get. Well, I mean, you know, as they run out.
Indeed.
See, does he have any instant death? As we know, long arm susceptible to instant death.
They would have picked up Odin. I think everybody's picked up Odin at some point, so that's an option.
I saw a Doom spell in there as well. But priority, unless you want to cast Float, priority is taking care of the face first.
Yeah, you don't want to face his death counter.
Or you'll be flat on your face.
Once you're done quaking in fear.
And shaking in your boots. No, I don't like that one. Yeah, you'll be taking a dirt nap after that quake.
There we go. Imp's on board now.
Down. That was all me. You're welcome. Oh, okay. So it looks like Leno's taking the long way around to that long arm.
Oh lord, what have we done? I will say though, Leno's magic casters have definitely got a flair for that particular spell.
I can't anymore. I can't.
Hey, Boo, you're being called by the chat.
That was me throwing my headset.
What can we say? You're definitely getting your money's worth tonight, chat.
Alright, Vamstar giving it go number 3, I think. I feel good about this one.
And he knows he can do it as long as he doesn't fumble the aftermath. Exactly, Zemtor. You paid nothing, and that's exactly what this commentary's worth.
Getting every bit of that out of this commentary. You're welcome.
And if you think this is bad, just wait until the Kefka Grand Prix starts and we're commentating more often as some of those races get restreamed. You're in for a fun time.
Luckily, I think at least one of the ways we may do that is after runners have completed their runs, they'll come in for their own commentary on their own seed, so we can have less of you. I mean, so they can provide, color.
It's just more people for me to convert to the puns, man. Our numbers will grow. We are unstoppable.
Who is going to be brave enough for the Merton strats? That's what I want to know.
I'm not sure they have quite the defense they need for that right now.
Trivial. They can do it. Interesting. So Lenovis is going for the Doom strats in Phase 2, but didn't do it in Phase 1. I wonder if he just forgot.
On a more serious note, though, I do hope you're enjoying the restream and the runs and everything else happening tonight. If you are, make sure you go and give our runners and maybe even our staff team a little follow. You get to see much more Worlds Collide. And we do this race every week, 7 PM US Eastern Time on a Saturday night. Sometimes on this channel, sometimes on Randomania 2. It kind of varies, but you can find out easily by being on our Discord where it gets announced.
So the good news is Vamp took down Doomgaze again, which is great. Bad news is he's still grinding. Now we're pretty sure it's for that shield, which he's never, ever gonna get.
Yeah. Oh, we've finally seen Leader. I must have missed Lenovis fighting him, because it was that quick. But Leader was a statue boss, of course. Oh, here come the shields and the rods for Leno.
And I believe Mr. Entity just found his final Esper. Just bought it from Zen. So
Indeed.
He should be good to go. Maybe do some last minute shopping and switching and resting and whatnots. And he's got the levels, so.
Mildane Mildane hot on Leno's heels, heading into his final battle. Vamp hot on nobody's heels for a little while because he has to wait for the piranhas to behave. Though this fight is one big advantage for me having the Yeti. Because if he's going to attack the right people, you just let him go, you sit back, you walk away.
Impressive showing from Mildane today. I believe this is his first restreamed race.
Yep, swing and a miss from Mr. Entity there. Tries for the tower, doesn't hit it first time. Again, never done that at all. Nobody ever misses the tower.
Basically got a free fight going on Lenova's screen. Once you mute magic, she just doesn't do anything.
Plus, you know when it's over, because that's when magic actually gets to cast spells.
Right. All the dispels.
All dispels, yes. Into phase 3 now. Go on.
Oop. I was going to say, if you're using Life 3 as your calmness mitigation, remember to recast it after all those flurry of dispels. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble.
Indeed. So, phase 3. Take out the floating head first, otherwise things are going to start coming back to life. And getting healed big time. And you wanted to see Merton Boo? Sleep happily provide.
See, look at that. Barely a scratch. He could be casting that this whole time. However, not going to work on Girl there, as any elemental damage will heal her. Got to stick to the whack-whacks and the non-elemental spells. Luckily, she only has 10,000 HP. Pretty easy to take down if you have something you can use.
Of course, if you're using an Illumina, you really don't want that particular weapon to proc. She'll absorb that and ruin your day.
Also, I've always found it funny they gave this particular tier the two different versions of calmness, one being and one being horrific. If you see it this early, fear not.
I'm sorry, was that Ragnarok steal I just saw?
Yes, it was. Lenophis likes this tactic. He's used it before, I've seen him do it, and I like it too.
Die. So now 2 Ragnarok wielders for Leno.
Which do physical damage and non-elemental spell damage, so perfect for this particular boss.
Indeed. I'm not sure I'd be damaging Sleep just yet, because if you don't kill Girl, a lot of the damage is going to get undone.
Whirlwind. But one more good hit should take her out.
There we go. Ooh, Mildane taking a shockwave counter in phase 1.
Oh yeah, definitely need to take out long arm. Not last. Take the short arm out last. General rule of thumb.
Indeed. Vamp should have absolutely no issues now getting the Xenos. Because all that grinding may not uncurse the shield, but it will uncurse his bank balance.
Do we not see who can? So Realm can use Golem. So that's right. We've seen it. We've seen it on Lenophis' screen.
Whirlwind there for Leno. Only Mog got hit, which is quite nice.
Use Doom, Mildane. Use Doom. Not yet. Should be seeing some calmness happening pretty soon. We've got the train counters coming out, which means he's almost dead. Unfortunately, trains mean lots of missing because you're now blind. Which actually does something in the randomizer.
Yeah, we get that one a lot, Zemtor.
Yeah, you're definitely not the first person to say that. And to be fair, it does blow in from the left, which presumably could be considered west. But yeah, considering it looks like a tornado, I just always assumed it was whirlwind.
Same here. Ooh, there's a meteor counter. A lot of misses, though.
Nice.
And here's Calmness, Realm with a natural block, and Sabin with a Golem block. But
moving on.
That's a lot of sunglasses on people going into Phase 4.
Hopefully picked up at least 70 remedies. So
As I glance across the Discord and see that Lenophis in this transition is typing out his exclamation mark done, ready to hit enter.
Always be prepared.
Yeah, I do the exact same thing.
Drew joined us in chat. Hey Drew, GG's on the finish.
Yep, our second place finisher tonight, another off-stream runner. And Kefka laughing it up. We'll see who's laughing in a minute or two.
Who dat? I don't make the rules, man. Matter of fact, I'm on board the Whirlwind train, so that means nothing to me. I think Vampstar is jumping with a sniper, I think. It's a goofy looking animation.
Mr. Entity gets through his Inferno spot boss. So 4 bosses, a final fight, and any optional dragons to go.
Many dragons were fought, many characters found. People are entering in at pretty good levels.
So at this point in the final battle, I'd probably be using Palador. How about you?
Well, probably not during this particular screen. Maybe right before. That might be interesting. Or it could be the delay, and that you're talking about the same thing I am. But yeah, get your attacks in during this Goner charge up, because he cannot counter, and then just before, send him off. So yeah, pretty good strat.
And GG's to Leno, finishing first on stream, third overall, very respectable.
And Mildane not far behind, but having a little bit of trouble with tier 2. Having quite a bit of trouble.
Right then, let's get Leno in here for a little chat about his run. Welcome, Lenophis. Well done. Congratulations on your on-stream win.
Good job, Leno.
Thank you, GG. I am still searching for espers, by the way. Where are they?
I hid them all.
The only one. Big problem with all of our runners today, I think. Very character-heavy start to this run.
I was not ready for a character-heavy start. I mean, the options opened up way too early. I thought progression was going to scale us out of oblivion. I thought we were going to be in trouble here. Whew.
Unfortunately, Mildane has called it a day after that Kefka wipe. That's a real shame. So, highlights, lowlights, Leno? How do you feel?
Well, I got a little worried about the Imperial camp with level 90-80 being the first battle with Amaro. I'm like, oh, okay, this is bad. You know, this is kind of bad. I think we can deal with this. Second battle is in Tangier. I'm like, okay, this is really bad. This is horrible. Maybe we can do this. And then to top it all off, let's throw in a Doom Dragon for the third battle.
We all enjoyed watching that one. Although what we were discussing was, if you remembered our flag set from earlier today,
you can run from everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
So did you?
Yeah.
Are you going for it just for just to do it, or did you forget?
A little bit of both, actually, because in Tangier has the 10 MP drop, with the 5 times the multiplier, it's 50 MP. I wasn't sure if I was learning anything at the time. Like, okay, He has 32,000 ish vanilla HP. It scales appropriately. Okay, I think I can do this. And then I forgot that he absorbs everything because he's in Tangier.
Yeah. That's cool, man. You made it through. A lot of people had trouble with that camp, so good job on making it through it.
Yeah,
I think the only reason I got through it was Realm. I think, it was Realm. Realm had Flare. That was a big help there.
MVP.
Whew.
Yeah, it's definitely been a seed. My reputation lives on.
I mean, this wasn't a horrible seed by any stretch. I mean, we had a lot of early checks, a lot of available checks. I think I finished with, 9, 10 characters? I don't even know how many I finished with. But the seed was almost wide open from, within the first 15 minutes. It was a relatively checked seed, but there were no Espers, and of course, there's not much in the way of magic or Esper bonuses. And of course, equipment. Oh, the equipment. Not as bad as the practice race that you and I had earlier, Boo, but still pretty bad.
Yeah,
pretty bad.
It was fairly stingy, but you guys did all right. Any final thoughts?
Yeah. Well, at about the 130 mark, I was just looking for, I think it was my final Esper. I decided to do some quick, easy checks because I just had Terra. I saw Magimaster in the walk spot. Nope, right on out of there. I wanted nothing to do with that slow fight. I didn't want anything to do with that slow fight.
Good idea.
I would have gotten a Mega Elixir out of it, but it just didn't seem like a good check.
Yeah, especially with these different scaled abilities, it's not even it's not even free anymore. Like wall rings won't do you any good, that sort of thing. Plus, it always takes a while, so why bother?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I like the YOLO I kind of pulled off in Gogo's Cave, though. Just kind of ran right by the guys patrolling the railways. That was the fastest I've ever done that room, because they have never cooperated with me that well before.
Yeah, it looked smooth. Anyway, thank you very much for coming in, Lynette. GG's again on the on-stream win. And looking forward to the Kefka Grand Prix?
I am now. I think now that I've had a few of these seeds under my belt, I think I feel pretty comfortable going in. Who knows what the first seed on Monday is going to be like, but GG's to everyone, and let's have a good Grand Prix.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Yep. See you guys later.
Bye. And so then there were two. Mr. Entity facing off Senior Behemoth, and Vampstar on the floating continent. Well, nearly the floating continent.
Floating down toward the continent.
So yes, unfortunately, as we mentioned, Mildane decided to call it a day. A mixture of, I believe, real life and just a little bit of bad luck in that final battle, but it was a very good effort from somebody who I think we've mentioned it was his first time on the restream. So, massive round of applause. Very well attempted. Very good effort. I'm not sure how much more Mr. Entity has to go now. It's either 1 or 2 bosses.
Apologies, my dogs are barking, if you know what I'm saying. It's actually an old school term for my feet hurt for some reason.
It is indeed.
But my literal dogs were literally barking.
Yes.
Wait, do I have banning ability in the chat?
You do not.
I would just want to ban Udette.
I think you're barking up the wrong tree there.
Ban future. Can I ban people from Discord? Do I have ban? Okay, we're into this tough leader fight.
You want to be real careful here.
It's gonna be a close one with Mr. Entity here.
Axe counters can hurt, to be fair.
Eh,
But there are so many quick
Yeah.
ways to get rid of Leader. Doom, break, smacking him in the face until he goes away.
Mr. Entity's almost ready to go.
Yep, I
As
think
Vam's
it's time.
checking another monster in a box. Probably not one he wanted to see. Not much good here.
Umaro still in Vamp's party, still with that cursed shield on. That's an oof.
Yeah.
Sticking to his guns though.
Yeah. He's expecting to see that uncursed message any day now. That's just not gonna happen. Boo, the Battle Royale champion is going to, I guess you could say, defend his title. I'm not sure it's how much of a defense it's going to be, though.
Plus, it's not Battle Royale, so can you really defend a title in a different competition?
Yes.
No, I'm not sure that's how that works.
Don't take this away from me. That's all I have.
Vamp, where are you going?
Yeah. Taking the scenic route. That's fine. All right, Mr. Entity is he's liking the big guard. Not a bad play. Let's see. Does he have any fire magic?
He does have a best doggo. And that's a lot of damage.
Apparently, Keith, I have no banning ability. Otherwise, my hammer would have swung long ago.
Look, you guys can band together all you like. It's not going to work.
Maybe if we all just be quiet, he'll stop.
I don't think that's how that works either. No, Keith, the only stretch is the long arm that's on your screen right now. Anyway, Vamp taking on Tunnel Armor at the Atma weapon spot, making his way through that floating continent. It's going to bring him up to 8 Espers, but still a little bit of a way to go. There's character gating.
Yeah, Franklin, that's Mr. Entity's preferred UI setup there. Maybe he likes the left and right more than the up and down. Who knows? No, Huda, you were right. It's misery. This is definitely misery.
Okay, that one was a stretch there. So, one arm left to go for Mr. E. And then just 3 more phases.
Yes.
Yes, it very much is worth multi-summoning Odin, I think.
If you have Doom or Cleave or anything will work, but Odin is a relatively short spell cast time, and I don't know if its accuracy is any better. I've had it missed plenty of times, but certainly not as bad as X-Zone, at least I don't think. So worth the second cast for sure. Because
Yeah.
Tools, that enemy in the middle of phase 2, is susceptible to instant death. My favorite being Cleave, because it always hits.
Of course, if you don't have instant death, it's also weak to bolt magic, so just zap it.
Could try a chainsaw and hope to get lucky, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Hmm.
Tiger Face Man is something you want to get rid of pretty quickly. He has some particularly nasty abilities, like zombie and whatnot. So he's susceptible to ice. Use ice magic on him. I take him out first. That is after or at the same time as using instant death on tools. And as you saw there, it's not 100%. It takes a couple turns sometimes. But if you use something like cleave or air anchor, those both work every time. The benefit of cleave is you don't have to wait for tools to take another turn before it'll kill him, as you do with air anchor.
I would agree with you with one exception there. Between the instant death on tools and taking out the tiger head, I would try and mute magic.
Sure.
It's a very high
always
priority for me.
Priority, for sure. I find myself often not having mute. But if you do have the Siren Esper, that'll take care of it too.
Yeah, that's fair. There's a lot more ways to do ice damage and a lot more ways for instant death than there are to cast mute. That's for sure.
Certainly makes the fight a lot faster if you can mute magic also, because it's just constant spell casting just takes a lot of time. And if they're muted, it goes real fast.
Indeed. And I just looked at my clock and got very confused.
Was that another pun?
No, that was I forgot it was the end of British summertime tonight and it's an hour earlier than I thought it was.
Okay, because I didn't get that one.
Wrong clock, who dat? Let's
Keep
see if
the Zozo clock in his bedroom or office or wherever the hell you are.
I should see if I could get him to clock you on for that one. That particular saying may not have made it across the pond.
Clock you with it? See, this is what happens when you're saying puns all the time. Eventually they just mean nothing.
That's right, as long as you've stopped counting Imp, I'm happy. Don't know what you mean, who does? This is getting better every second. And minute, and hour.
He was definitely talking to me.
Or maybe Imp.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Mr. Entity still rocking tier 2. As Vampstar is headed to somewhere.
No more tier 2 for Mr. Entity though. He's now moving on to tier 3. Just got to get through that and he's home free. Especially with the amount of damage he can put out.
So Vampstar has enough money for the World of Ruin auction house. If he wanted to get to... Oh, looks like our tracker just updated. Maybe he only needs one more, so maybe that's what he's doing now, though he is in World of Balance.
Maybe just trying his luck. And our survey says that is not an Esper. That is an Ogre Nyx. That's not going to help. Unfortunately, the kind of breakable that you really don't want in your party.
Yeah, that's not going to do you much good.
So, Mystery, all earth walled up and ready to deal with sleep.
I'm ready to deal with some sleep myself.
Yeah, same here. I am just about done. Vamp getting Magic Sight on the second attempt.
Not bad. He'll take that.
Yeah? I think he's going to be very glad to see the inside of Kefka's tower. And here's a meteor counter for Mr. E. That hurt.
Some pretty elite damage.
Only one calmness, naturally blocked by Shadow, and on to the final phase.
Now all we need to do is avoid an Ultima counter and it's home free. Although we could
Okay.
probably base tank that anyway.
So, Vamp is still at the auction house, despite our
Ah.
tracker saying he has 10 Espers.
Ooh.
This feels familiar.
It's deja vu all over again.
I wonder
Have
if
you opened up
Zelfa.
his- Sorry, go ahead.
I wonder if Zelfa has any thoughts on this situation.
I know he opened up his inventory or rather his menu not too long ago, but I'd like him to do it again so we can get another count. Although, as we've learned, trust in Franklin. Tracker extraordinaire.
Indeed. Of course, it is very easy to miss one particular Esper, that being Ragnarok.
Way down at the bottom.
Yep.
Mr. E has his Mega Elixir ready. Let's see if he, I'm curious if he powers right through it or if he's going to wait around for the Goner.
Looks very much like he's going for it.
I hope so. He's got enough HP to take a counter.
Oh, Vamp's got the second chance of that Organics. I keep wanting to call it an Organics, because that's what it is in the translation and every other game.
They're all wrong. It's Ogre Nix. It makes the most sense.
And he buys it.
And it looks like Kefka's about to buy it too.
Indeed. Yeah, he's definitely going to be a goner soon.
Or is he?
He's either going to be a goner or cast goner, one of the two. And it's the latter.
Oh, that's a pretty decent damage output. I'm surprised he made it through there. Though I wasn't
Indeed.
counting.
Probably not a massive threat at these levels. Yeah, barely felt it. And that is GG for Mr. E.
GG, Mr. E. Who dat? I will accept a Fleetwood Mac pun. In your dreams. Vamp still plugging away at the auction house.
And here with us we have Mr. Entity. Thoughts, good sir?
Weirdly, I found almost that entire thing incredibly easy, but it took me forever. I think I just went the wrong routes because it was basically locked by two characters.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, also, point of interest, I found out that apparently in this randomizer, Intangiers don't give you any experience or MP for some reason.
Didn't notice that.
Yeah, I fought one in the Imperial camp and then didn't get anything from it and then ran away from all the other ones.
Indeed.
Yeah, espers were they were hard to come by in this seed. A lot of characters available, but everybody kind of struggled to find.
Yeah, I was at like 6 or 7 characters before I found my second Esper, so yeah, it was pretty character heavy.
Yeah, you weren't
that was
alone
pretty
there.
funny. So one thing that everybody on stream did was maybe either didn't notice or maybe forgot, but all encounters, all random encounters or fixed encounters were fully runnable in this seed. So all those Intangiers and Doom Dragons and whatnot, a well-placed smoke bomb could have done you good. But I was wondering if you caught that or maybe just went for it for the XP.
First one for the XP, because in like base vanilla FF6, if you want to cheese the hell out of the game, you vanish Doom a lot of Intangiers before you leave the World of Balance. But then I killed the first one in the Imperial camp and got nothing for it. But then I did, yes, run from all the other ones.
Gotcha.
I don't know what the deal with that was. Aside from that, and the like very linear pathing, I didn't find it that difficult. Probably because you start with Flare, and then Sabin gives you Fire 3, so you got a lot of firepower right out the gate.
Indeed.
Not a lot of good chests though. I think I found 2 chests in the entire game where I went, oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we didn't see many of those either.
Yeah, a Ragnarok lurking, but not much else.
The Ragnarok was a dead check. I got an Aegis shield and something else I can't remember from my chest, and those were the only ones where I went, oh, that was worth it.
There was an early fixed dice. It's not terrible.
I did find that, and that helped me kill some movers, which taught me Big Guard.
Yeah, we saw you cracking off the big guard a lot. That's cool because I don't, as long as I've been playing the randomizer, I don't think I've ever actually gotten it.
Yeah, that is. I learned that and Arrow, and then I was fighting Hydon, and apparently because probably that element scaling thing, he doesn't automatically cast Grand Train, so it was a bit iffy there. I killed all the Hydonites deliberately to try to learn Grand Train, and
But no Grand Train came.
Yeah, got nothing for it.
That is correct. Non-elemental magic abilities are also scaled, so he could Grand Train, he could Ultima.
Yeah, he did worse things.
So, after tonight, how are you feeling about the Kefka Grand Prix starting very soon?
As long as, the next one's less linear, these flags seem pretty fine. Basically, the only reason it took me so long was that I was down to the last possible checks when I was doing stuff. Other than that, it was fun. I haven't raced in a few weeks, so there's a bit of rust on me too, but yeah, I think I did okay-ish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, rust
I mean,
seems to be a
you
bit of a
did get-
theme.
You did get second place on stream.
Oh yeah, I am seeing Mildane forfeited, I guess, but he's pretty new, so.
Yeah, he ran into some trouble at Kefka actually.
All right at the end. One thing I did find was I did go out of my way to get a couple levels early, as is sometimes a thing I do. I just take off the Moogle Charm and go, maybe this will work out. And that did help a lot with a bunch of the bosses because I had the MP to cast Flare and Fire 3 and stuff.
Not a
So,
bad strategy.
any closing thoughts for it?
Not really. Just looking forward to the Grand Prix. Thanks you guys for running the stream tonight, and as always, thanks to Emma for making the thing.
Thanks, Mr. E.
Yep, thank you very much.
You
Have a
just-
good evening.
Have a good one.
And so, Vampstar is now ready.
Indeed, with his
Maybe even
11th
more than
Esper.
ready. His levels are okay. Shouldn't have too much trouble, though not as high as a couple other people have been going in. So I'm curious, maybe he'll go kill a dragon, or maybe he'll just go for it. Or he'll go to the waterfall.
That's a play.
Nope. Hey, wait. Maybe you're just looking for XP and this is the quickest way you can think to get it. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that Vamp does realize to take that curse shield off, because it's not working out.
Yeah. Yeah, Mystery, I think what he meant by uncursable is uncursable.
Yes. And with us here, we have one of our Discord admins, Ravlin, who I believe has a few plugs to make.
Yes, I have two main things to plug right now. Tomorrow, at about 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Worlds Collide will be featured on the RPG Valkyries Ragnarok Marathon. Please come join us for that. It is a charity marathon, so come and donate some money to a worthy cause. The other thing that I do want to plug is that we are starting our Kefka Grand Prix. So if you are interested in doing some races where the scoring is in Mario Kart style, so first place gets the most points, second place gets one less, third place gets one less, etc. Join us in the Discord and join that Grand Prix. It's no eliminations until we get down to the top 4, so you'll be able to play every single week.
Okay, is there anything in particular you're looking forward to about the Kefka Grand Prix?
The fact that I really like the fact that it's async, so that you can do it on your own time. You do it once a week. You can, if you are like me and you have time at 3 o'clock in the morning, well, looks like I'm racing at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Very nice. And real quick, how did you find the seed tonight while you're here?
Rude.
Guess who rolled
Future
this
strikes again.
I ran out of places to check for espers and had to do the auction house 11 times to get the last one.
Oof.
Did you do it in World of Balance or World of Ruin?
World of Ruin. I didn't have the money to buy the other things, though.
Yeah. That's a pretty common theme tonight, actually, because when you can't sell anything, you can't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So now you've learned. If I say, should I roll the seed for tonight, say no.
Say no.
Are my seeds any better?
I mean,
Yeah.
it is a taste of your own medicine, to be fair.
Your seed's not much better, but literally anyone else is better. Just by default.
Thank you very much for coming in, Rev. I'm sure we'll get people over to that RPG Ragnarok thing tomorrow, the charity event. You said 3 p.m. Eastern?
Should be a 3 p.m. Eastern start, but with marathons, things happen, so we'll see.
3-ish.
Be there at 3. Stay till 7. That should cover it.
Yes. Alright, thank you very
Well,
much.
hey,
Thank you.
Have a good
see you
evening.
tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
And
Okay,
then there
try to
was
decipher-
one.
Try to decipher what Vampstar is doing here.
I think at this point he's just trying to entertain us.
I think he's going for it now. Nope.
Oh,
nope,
oh, oh,
nope.
yep, here he goes.
He's doing it.
We're doing it, chat!
All right.
I'm gonna quickly check if there's anyone due on the stream behind us. One moment. No, it does look like we're home free.
Well, you'll be happy to know, if you haven't seen already, and I mean you in particular, Future, there is a lot of chatter about this seed going on in the Discord.
I've seen bits. I'm looking forward to
Nope.
weighing in at the end.
Yeah. I think I think you should probably just go dark for a couple days. All right, here we go. Final checks. We're remembering the Moogle charms. All right.
Yep, loading up GoGo with commands there.
Something I always forget to do until after a fight.
Yep, me too. Shutting the gate after the horse is bolted there. I will say, Vamp has showed some incredible perseverance getting through.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people would have just given up by now, but good to see him make it through, hopefully. But you got to figure if he's come this far, he's going to make it to the end.
Indeed. But first,
pretty much the big test of Kefka's Tower. If he can make it through here, I think he's going to be okay. But he's going to try it the old way, which he's not going to be too happy about. Bye-bye, Yeti.
Silenced and sleepy.
Where he belongs.
And he's back in the fight. Alright.
Yeah, technically, I mean, at least he's targetable now. There's a benefit to it.
And you should be happy. Shadow with the Dragon Horn was bouncing
I do
around.
like it. I think there were characters available that could equip lances, but the sniper's doing okay. Fixed dice work as well, for those of you who don't know. Fixed dice and jump and dragon horns can be a lot of fun. The damage varies widely, as you would expect fixed dice to do, but they also gain the benefit of the extra damage from jump.
And skipping the animation, which is much faster.
Ooh, fun, a fallen one.
So I have
Ooh.
checked with the powers that be, and we can go a little bit over our time to see Vamp's run finished. So a big yay on that.
Great.
So what have we got coming up? We've got Hide On, I believe. I know there's a leader up there somewhere. I'm struggling to remember the other bosses. It's been a while since I've seen them, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's a leader, and there's a Stooges.
Stooges, yep,
Was it
that's
the
right.
Stooges? Yeah, that was here.
There we go. Atmalep leader, Senior Behemoth, and the Three Stooges.
Not my weapon. Yeah.
Franklin, you are underrated. So, once again, as Vamp prepares for his progress towards the next boss. If you've been enjoying yourself tonight, make sure you give our runners and maybe even our stream crew a little follow. You get to see much more of this top quality content, and if you watch Boo's channel, many, many more puns.
No one's gonna follow your puns.
I told them to follow you for the puns, so they're going to be expecting them now.
Nobody's gonna follow me because of your puns. I promise I'll ban him if you give me a follow. I can't promise that. Who is it
Is
gonna go for,
that the
Dragon?
goal now? 10 follows and you'll ban me?
Yeah, it's like a, it's like one of those Twitch goals that you do things with. You know, you pay points for. I don't know what they call them. I don't Twitch much. Fun little option to turn on is random scaling in the randomizer. We've got elemental scaling on now, so Red Dragon will stick to his fiery ways. But if you turn on random, he can do fun things like cast Ice 3 and Blizzard and missiles and all kinds of cool stuff.
Yes.
A little goofy, but you know we like it.
And
Although
down goes Amaro again.
It does take the just put on a flame shield and your fine strategy out of the picture.
Much like with Gold Dragon, who actually cannot hurt you if you are immune to lightning. Yeah, that's not the case anymore.
Now he can.
Womp,
Which, in my
womp.
opinion, is a good thing, because dragons give you a lot of big rewards, and he was too easy.
Well.
All right.
Yeah, Dragon down, a couple of extra levels, being extra safe.
I wonder if he's going to see if Shadow can equip that Pearl Lance and use it with his jumpy jumps, or if he's just likes that sniper. Did he bring sleeping bags? Yeah, he's got them. All right. Well, he did get rid of the sniper, but he replaced it with a Strato. Probably should leave the sniper on at that point. And he's still rocking that curse shield.
Yeah, I'm running out of words to say about that Hello offering. I'm running out of things to say about that curse shield, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, I guess it's not hurting him at this point. Although it will in the Kefka fight.
Hmm. $18 no dice. No, Mr. Entity, it's not dice, it's a shield.
The dice were in South Figaro.
Yeah, exactly, get it right.
Come on, Mr. E, be better.
I appreciate the attempted recovery, Mr. E, but no. So hopefully we're coming towards the end of Amp's run here. One more maybe dragon, I believe. And then the 4 bosses and then the final battle.
What time is it where you're at?
1:55 AM.
That's fine. You do this every night.
It's the second time I've seen 1:55 AM tonight.
I'm going for another dragon. She's really looking for more levels for Kefka. Pearls might hurt.
Meanwhile, somebody has just dropped the pearl that the Run From Everything flag was on into one of the Discord channels, and people are losing their minds.
Ah, I was hoping to be the one to break the news.
We may still get to break the news to Vamp.
Yeah, that's gonna be sad.
We have a lot of news to break to Vamp, unfortunately.
It's all a learning experience for the Kefka Grand Prix. Better now than tomorrow.
If it's any consolation, Ravelin, everybody could have saved about 20 minutes by knowing that.
Yeah, we didn't. I don't think we saw. I didn't see a single run today, but apparently Mystery might have gotten one or two in.
Yeah. Yes, quick public service announcement to anyone intending to pick up this randomizer. Please read the flags.
Run! You ran away from a couple fights, Mystery. Nobody else did. At all, ever. Well, except for Vamp tried. He threw a smoke bomb, but he got killed before it went off. It was sad.
Anyway, it could be worse, Ravelin. You bumped into Intanges. Did you also bump into the Doom Dragons and the level 80 and 90 magics that were hiding at the Imperial camp? All of the encounters there were bad. So that is another dragon down for Vamp as he heads up to the last few bosses.
It's always interesting to see which way people go through this tower. I always go to the left, and I just assume everybody goes to the left. I don't know why, but I find it weird when people go to the right first for no good reason. I mean, I find it weird for no good reason. It's not that they go to the right for no good reason.
Occasionally I'll make the play if the party that I would have in the middle is struggling for any reason.
I like that in Vamp's inventory, I just saw 81 dried meats. Like, I get it. They're free, and you should stock up on everything you can. But
I mean, we're 3 hours in, his party are probably starting to get a bit hungry.
I sure am. Let's see.
I really hope he takes the cursed shield off before the final battle, though.
Me too.
Oh, and they just keep on coming in the chat. You're doing me proud.
Can someone ban Houdat, please? Admins? Ban? Maybe just a timeout?
I love what I've done to this community. It's home.
Yeah, you're definitely getting a red shell.
Red shell? I'm getting blue shell.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's going to apply to you.
Well, I do hope Vamp has what it takes to get through these fights. He's put in so much effort, fought off so many setbacks. He deserves this finish.
We're all pulling for him. As we round the 3-hour mark. We're almost
Yep.
home.
I think Vamp at this point is using Flare just to upset you, Jack.
He knows you like it. He actually sent me a DM earlier, asked if you were watching.
Sorry, who did?
Vampstar. He said,
Okay.
is Jack watching? Because I'm just going to start casting Flare forever.
That makes sense. Maybe that's why he's made some of the decisions he's done, just to give us something
Taking
to
bad
talk
advice?
about.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, it's Stooge time. And the tried and tested Flare comes out.
Would you say that he's used it at least 15 times?
Oh, at least.
So, at least 15 pieces of Flare.
Yeah.
That's the minimum?
I don't know where you're going with this, so
I know you don't
get to the
understand this bit,
punchline.
but I'm hoping somebody in the chat does. That was the punchline.
Oh. Okay.
It's not for you, don't worry.
Anyway, I think we know what his favourite evolution is, if we switch franchises for a second.
I don't even know what that means.
Clearly Flareon.
What are the things you're saying right now?
Do you even Pokemon, bro?
Oh, no, I'm old.
Oh. Fair enough, Hida. Hey, they have Pokemon on this channel too.
One of the first talkies. I think the movie I'm referencing came out in 1997, I want to say. So right around the year you were born, I'm pretty sure.
I was 5. What's the film?
Office Space.
Okay, I may have to look that up.
It's a good one. If you've ever worked in an office, you can really relate to it.
Oh, one Stooge left to deal with now.
Yeah, they actually filmed that movie in parts of it in my hometown, part of it in Dallas, Texas. I'm just watching the chat now. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty much there as well. It's weird. It's hard to watch 4 screens at once. It's also kind of hard to watch one
Yeah.
after 2.5 hours of watching 4. It's an odd feeling.
You switched over to Meteor instead of Flare, which I guess is a faster spell cast, but I'm not sure it's going to do twice the make up for the damage loss. It's not a good spell. It's one of those things you cast when you have nothing else. But he made it through.
Yeah. So, just a leader and a behemoth with a sombrero.
Fun fact, I used to work with Mike Judge's sound engineer.
Just casual
That's a-
name drop.
Fun fact for the chat, not for you, because you don't even know who that is.
So, how many months do you think it'll be until they let me commentate again?
How long is the Grand Prix going to take?
3 months,
3 months?
give or take?
So at least 3.
Fair. Speaking of, one last plug for the Kefka Grand Prix. I've lost track of what time it is, but entries close 9 PM Eastern tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. It's still tomorrow for you.
Yes.
9
still
PM
tomorrow.
Eastern on the 25th. There we go. So if you want to get involved, get on our Discord and sign yourselves up. And as always, give our people follows, especially Vamp, who has, you've got to be honest here, he has put in an amazing performance tonight to keep going. There are actually quite a lot of different pop culture references in Final Fantasy VI. A lot of which can be missed. Oh, here comes Intercept. Not the greatest damage, but it's something. Well, Shadow is jumping, and I'm sure Vamp will be jumping for joy when this is over. And he is one step closer, just a leader now between him and the final battle.
So who's your favorite character?
Favorite character? In terms
Final
of
Fantasy VI
usefulness or story?
Who you pick?
Hold on, it's a momentous moment. The cursed shield has come off.
Oh,
Don't you put it back on now.
he did it.
My favourite character in terms of usefulness in the rando? Definitely Realm. She destroys things. No matter what she does, she seems to destroy things for me.
What
Story-wise...
about Vanilla?
Oh, in Vanilla, see, because I've lit into the speedrun, it's Celes for me. Because everything revolves around her in that. But story-wise, probably Shadow. How about you?
Yeah, pretty close. I think Celes is my favorite character if we're doing, if we're using our vanilla stats and whatnot. I like Celes the best because she can use cool stuff. She's good magic user, good red mage. And in the randomizer, I think Cyan is my favorite, unless of course he gets stuck with some magic and then he's terrible. Story-wise, got to go Shadow too. So we're doing our final preparations, tray tables and seat backs in full upright and locked positions.
Yep, arms, legs, and cursed shields inside the vehicle at all times, please. Here we go.
Before we were able to randomize our commands, I think Cyan was definitely my favorite. Because when he always using sword tech, and you're always looking for strength on him, and doesn't matter what he can equip because it's not weapon dependent. I think he was a great character. Now, if he ends up with something like lore or something like that, he's just not very good at all. And yes, for those in the chat, Keith is wrong. Strago's the worst in every situation. Don't listen to his lies.
No, I disagree. Strago
Well,
actually
he's not the
has...
worst.
He has some very good story beats.
He's the worst. He's second worst. Umaru's the worst. Gao's second worst. Strago can be third worst. How about that? I think we can all agree on that.
No, Strago's a nice old man. He clearly cares about Realm. I mean, look what happens when he thinks she's dead. The whole Fanatics Tower thing. And his friend and Hydon and all of that. Yeah, he has very good story beat.
He does have a sweet mohawk, so I'll give him that.
As a character, he is an absolute pile of burning trash. In battle. But his story's okay. Anyway, thankfully no Strago here, just Shadow, Realm, Umaru, and Locke versus all of the Kefka. And starting with an Ice 3 on everyone? That's...
Question mark?
Brave? The Brave is the story of Vamp's run, to be fair.
He does have Odin. We just saw it. Just do it. Just do it. No, he's not doing it. Odin, go up one. Just go up. Up. Keep going. Go on. No, not gonna hit. Choosing to take out Long Arm first.
See, I'd be very, very careful taking out Long Arm first in this situation, because you've got Umaru who you can't control. You can't decide what he's going to hit.
And you've got somebody jumping with a Dragon Horn who you also can't. You can only control one of those hits.
Yeah, and if I have to choose between a Quake counter and a Shockwave counter, I'm going with the Shockwave.
Going Shockwave for sure. He does have Odin. Just think he's forgetting he can use it.
Did he just target that jump
targeted
on the short arm? Oh no.
Maybe it has been a while since he's played.
Oh
Apparently,
no.
he didn't equip Golem either.
Oh no. Not like this.
Not like this. No, he did target the head. Certainly looked like he targeted the short arm, but I guess we missed that pointer move. Golem a good cast in tier 1 also, when you can multi-target. Even when you can't, if you have Fenrir also. Good time because tier 1 is only physical attacks. So Golem is your friend. Especially sometimes when we end up with things like Minervas and Force Armors and things that have, like, no physical defense. You can still take a beating, even at high levels.
But at least a Minerva is pretty.
Super pretty. Especially on, like, Sabin.
Look, if Sabin wants to wear a dress, I'm fine with that. He can be whoever he wants to be.
It's a bustier, thank you very much.
Oh no, I've had Sabin in a white dress before.
I mean a Minerva, in particular.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good.
Ooh, it's getting the counters.
Ooh, being given the business there. The Realm just holding on. And that's a reset.
I think he just remembered he has Golem, maybe.
Vamp has called it a day.
Oh no!
Alright, looks like we're gonna get Vamp in for a little bit of a chat. I'll get some music going.
Welcome, Vamp.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going? Oof, that was a seed.
That was a tough ending there. We were rooting for you.
It was a fun seed, you know.
We were rooting for you, but we do have questions.
What's up?
Okay, so I'm going to start with what was happening with the Curse Shield on Amaro?
You know, I started to realize that I thought it was only Gogo that didn't work the Curse Shield, but I was trying to cleanse it.
Yeah, that's what we suspected.
Yeah.
Yeah, won't work on Umaro either, but you get that by now.
Yeah,
Right.
hindsight.
I guess question number 2 was at the Imperial camp there. You had a devil of a time with all those Intangiers and Doom Dragons and whatnot.
The Intangiers were nasty.
Yeah, you may not have seen it in the flag set, but something to keep in mind for the Kefka Grand Prix is you can run from anything in these settings. When I say anything but a boss. So smoke bombs, warp stones would have been your friend there.
LNR.
Even in a fixed encounter.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Don't worry though, it's not just you that didn't notice that. Nobody noticed that.
Nobody picked up on that, at least on stream.
Well, that's
But-
cool.
I've got to say, the perseverance you showed tonight, like there were so many times I would have quit in your situation. I'm really impressed with how well you stuck with it.
Well, thanks. You know, that's kind of like my play style. You know, I go at it, face first, and just beat my face against the wall until I get it down.
Solid strategy. I like it.
Well, it was a really fun seed. There was some challenging parts to it, but it was kind of funny noticing, like, when I came up on Poltergeist, I just one-shot it, no problem. But I have problems with, like, just normal random fixed encounters. I guess it is what it is with the, scaled elements. Those newer abilities are pretty cool.
So,
Yeah, we enjoy those settings. You're lucky you didn't find, at least I don't think you found Magimaster. He was
I did not find Magimaster.
giving a lot of people trouble.
so
with those
following
new-
this, how are you feeling about the Kefka Grand Prix?
I'm not a great racer, so like I don't go in expecting to win. I just enjoy the game. It's a great game to play, and playing with all you guys, it's a lot of fun.
That's the spirit. Any
So-
closing comments, closing remark?
No, I guess the Grand Prix signups are, I think, cut off right now or within 10 minutes. So
Within 10 minutes and a day. It's 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, it said.
oh
On the announcement, anyway.
yeah, so it's Sunday's the cutoff. So get your signups in, and hope to see everyone there.
Alright, thank you very much. And again, good effort tonight.
GG's, guys.
Talk to you later. Future, take us home.
Alright, so thank you very much for watching, everybody. This has been your Final Fantasy VI weekly community race on the Worlds Collide Randomizer. We'll be back at the same time next week, either on this channel or another of the Randomania Network, at 7 p.m. US Eastern Time. So, good luck and get ready for that. You got a whole week, actually 2 weeks, because I'm not commentating next week, to recover from my pun. And as Vamp said, definitely get on our Discord if you want to follow the Kefka Grand Prix, if you want to, see when races are happening, see if anything's being streamed. Yeah, definitely get involved. Any closing comments from you, Boo, for tonight?
Looking forward to the Grand Prix to defend my title. Come and get me. And these, as mentioned, these are the flags you'll see on the first race starting tomorrow night. So get your practice in. We'll see you guys there.
Yep, and one last plug, the charity marathon tomorrow. Go check it out, 3 p.m. Eastern Time on the channel I just linked in chat. Hopefully I'll see a bunch of you there.
And that marathon that I'm actually running in, which I should have plugged. Thanks.
Maybe a good idea.
Thanks,
It's
everybody.
late, we're sorry. Alright, thanks for sticking with us, folks, and we'll see you very soon. Bye for now.